Hey, what's going on, guys? Xbox All In channel, host Sega Forever, another Wrecking Crew podcast. Um, Hold on one second. I have set out the notifications already. Just trying to set up a few things really quick, and then we'll jump right into the podcast. Hopefully, some of the guys will be able to join. Um, Again, my hours are all over the place when I do this, so it is what it is. But I do appreciate all the people that show up for the podcast when they do realize it's on, and would participate in the chat. That always makes it fun. But yeah, a couple of things, man, that I kind of wanted to get off my chest. A couple of things I want to talk about. A lot of Xbox news lately that's been going on. And depending on the type of news that it is, I mean, we won't cover every single thing. A lot of it is just drama, a lot of it misinformation. So, you know, as you guys know, I'm a pro Xbox channel, so I try and keep it, excuse me, I try and keep it as 100 as possible. But also, man, we want to have fun when it comes to Xbox. I know that's kind of, that could be considered hypocritical by me because I do spend a lot of time um, talking about the hypocrisy in gaming, especially with the media. Um, Not so much the industry. The industry is what it is, even though there are a couple people out there um, that I might touch on today that are kind of irritating when it comes to developers and content creators and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's my biggest gripe um, is actually with the gaming media. Man, they're just so bad, and we'll talk about it in more detail because they're at it again. um, because Microsoft and Xbox have had such a huge Gamescom. Um, Again, like I said in the previous video, if you put the indie announcement aside, which I don't agree with, um, but Microsoft will do whatever they want to do. In that case, it comes with the territory, so to speak. Um, but that aside, the indie it was well. Okay, I'll just personalize it for me. That announcement aside, the way that they did it and where did they put it? I mean, I respect them for doing it the way that they did. They made a executive decision about in the Indy 4 going multi-platform. I gave my 2 cents. I ranted on Phil for lying. Phil, if you're gonna do this kind of stuff, just come out and say it. You don't have to lie. Um, because it's out there already, dude. Regardless of what, because when you lie like that, dude, regardless of what you say, people are not gonna take your word for it. Like, there's always gonna be an asterisk there, regardless of what was going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. And I know he doesn't do this stuff maliciously, right? Which is kind of awkward because I know he did an interview at PAX, and I haven't got a chance to watch the whole interview. But it's if you listen to the interview, at least the parts that I listened to, um, if you look at the gaming media and some of the stuff they're saying about the interview, and some influencers as well, and people in the gaming community, it's interesting to me because the little that I did watch of it, to me, it's just Phil being Phil. He hasn't really changed. You can see he's in a certain situation now at Xbox where he has to deal with things a little bit differently, but he's still the same guy. A lot of the stuff with him talking about, missing out on opportunities for gaming. I mean, look, dude, it's easy for us living in 2024 to go back and look at missed opportunities, of course, right? It's always easy to go back and look. But actually, when things are going on and things are happening, um, you can't forecast the future like that. And if you can, there's very few people that can, right? And those people are they tend to be successful in a lot of things that they do, right? But I mean, this is what I talk about when I talk about the gaming media and stuff that goes on in the community as far as online and social media. Is that a lot of people they kind of let the times and the storylines and stuff like that that's going on in the media kind of dictate dictate their feelings on things, which I think is really bad. I think a lot of times, for me personally, man, I recognize that stuff right away and I just step back. Right. And again, looking at Gamescom, I mean, Phil, yeah, if you're gonna move forward, just be honest, trust your fan base, right? And I know they take a lot of heat for stuff. I know a lot of it's unfair, right? Because they do have the best interests of gamers at heart, the consumers that are on Xbox. And we'll talk about this is where the Concord thing will come into play because I do want to talk about that as well. But hold on, let me go back to my channel, guys, to make sure this is streaming. Yeah, it's streaming. Here we go. Is that on? Yeah, so we'll talk about that. So some stuff that people can actually learn from. You guys know I'm not a pro. I'm a pro Xbox channel. I don't really care about stuff that goes over on the Sony side. Again, only time I address things is when they're being hypocritical or when they bring up Xbox. Of course, I'll challenge them, right? But for Concord, it really has nothing to do with what's going on PlayStation. But I think it's a teachable moment for a lot of people who own an Xbox. For a lot of you guys who, like myself, are not happy with what's going on with indie for going multi-platform. I should say multi-platform. It's just not going over to the PlayStation. They're going to try and put it in a lot of different spaces. And they're going to probably try and treat that as the franchise if it's as successful as they hope it is. I mean, I'm not going to lie, dude. From the trailer, when they first announced it at the Xbox event, dude, I'm all in because I like the way Bethesda approaches their story arcs. Plus, the people working on the game, I love their previous games and the story of Indiana Jones and the way that they're presenting it. To me, it actually fits the style of Indiana Jones. Like to me, those guys working on it can possibly bring the best Indiana Jones game and story combination that it could have ever been done. So we're gonna see how it all works out. But I'm pretty sure. Hey, what's up, 100 man? What's up, brother? Yeah, just doing the Wrecking Crew podcast, man. Trying to fit it in where I can. I know you got yours tonight, man. Hey, man, your podcast last week was fire, dude. Yeah, Flip Money, man. He's funny, dude. Or Flip is funny, dude. He cracks me up. Yeah, but thanks for being here, bro. Yeah, just gonna cover some stuff with Xbox real quick. Dude, I don't know what's gonna happen with Halo though. We'll see. I heard they're trying to shop around the series to other places. If the best case scenario, man, it goes to Game Pass. I mean, not Game Pass, sorry, Netflix. Or Microsoft could do the deep dive and do their own stuff, start doing their own stuff. I don't think they will though. Not after all the hate they got with the Xbox One in 2013. But that was my dream, man, for them to do that. But yeah, welcome, dude. Welcome to the podcast. Um, yeah, but so again, not happy about that. But we'll see how it turns out, dude. Because I think they want to make a franchise out of this. What I mean by franchise is they're going to build off of it and put in these different spaces and probably branch out in games, kind of like what they've been trying to do with their other brands that they own, with their other franchises that they own. You know, one of the things that I was upset with Halo, especially Halo 5, when it came out, was that I wasn't able to get my hand on any merch. I don't know what's up with the distribution. Granted, I know, but it did launch before COVID, right? And the way things are now, it's pretty messed up. But I mean, that's one of the things that probably irritated me the most. Had nothing to do with the game. Game solid. I have to go back and finish the campaign. You know, I was waiting for my son and my daughter. They wanted to play with me, but I mean, that ship has sailed. I just got to get back on it, dude. But again, man, going back to what we're talking about, um, there's just not enough time, guys. There is not enough time. You hear one of the narratives that's out there when it comes to the gaming media is that Xbox has no games, or what it is they, what they'll do is they'll talk about Xbox doesn't have this type of game, or Xbox doesn't have this sort of game. You know, Xbox doesn't have a game, and it usually tends to go against the filter of PlayStation, which is why I can't stand these guys, and I always call them out, right? Because um, PlayStation has nothing right now, right? And so if you go look at your Game Pass as of today, man, you're gonna if you go in there and you look at the amount of games we have, the variety of games that we have, all the different genre of games that you have. Dude, if you have Game Pass, there should be at least one game that you're playing, if not multiple games that you're playing right now. That's how amazing Game Pass is. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I got caught up in all the Call of Duty hype for Black Ops 6 that's coming out. What is it, next month? Next month, right? October, I believe, right? It's coming out. You guys can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But they if you have Game Pass, and I think if you pre-ordered, like if you don't have Game Pass or an Xbox, because I think it was multi-platform, right? Still, the demo. Anyway, I have Game Pass. I'm able to get in early. I've been playing since last week, Black Ops. And dude, the gameplay is solid, man. It reminds me of why I love Black Ops above Modern Warfare. Not saying Modern Warfare is bad, but for me, Black Ops has always been the better Call of Duty. I love both, right? I can play both, but to me, man, you can't touch Black Ops. And the little bit of maps that you've had, kits that you can manage out. I think I'm at level 24 right now. So I maxed out at 20, and then they rebooted the servers again. Did some maintenance and stuff like that, and then yeah, they had the update, which was last night, and did the update, ran the update, and then I'm back in. Then I played for a little bit, and then I was experiencing a little bit of lag, a little bit of drop off. So I kind of stopped and I switched over to Warhammer Dark Tide to try and unlock uh, some coins so that I can buy some other. So I'm trying to find better gear. That's why I keep on playing Dark Tide, and it's a fun game though. I will say, man, these guys, man, I don't know what they did with they ratcheted up the AI on that game, and it's irritating in a sense, dude, because it's irritating because some of the stuff I do when I play my characters I can't do anymore. But another thing too, it takes me out of the game because it's a little bit cheap, dude. They got people coming out of walls, people dropping from all over the places, dude. It's just like it's the sake of making things difficult just to make it difficult. That's why I don't like Souls games. I know some people love that kind of stuff, dude. I don't. Then some of the guys I'm playing with in the game, because they made these changes, dude. It's not as it's like the difference between playing Left 4 Dead with the community on Left 4 Dead as opposed to playing on the community with Left 4 Dead 2, man. More people are for themselves. More people are trying to push ahead. I end up in a lot of games where these dudes are like going solo, right? And so sometimes, man, I just have to play with my best character just to keep up. Because like I told you guys before, man, when I play Warhammer Dark Tide, dude, it's not about having like the most kitted out guy. I can do that easily. Right? I kind of create this narrative in my head and this story that in this world that I like to play, and I like to play my characters a certain way. But if I find myself lagging or if I'm costing the team, right? But for the most part in the community, you end up playing, and it was like not every game is bad. Like last night, I played with a couple of groups of people, man. It was cool, man. People waited, people was watching, right? People would come over, right? But sometimes the game is, dude, the game is so cheap, and I'm playing, and then it's almost like Duck Duck Goose, man. You're playing that game, and then you're gonna be the dude that gets singled out, man. Because there's one time I was playing last night, dude. I got hit by everything, dude. I got hit by a bloater. I got hit by three giants in a row, dude. I had the armored guys on me. I had the maniacs on me, dude, and I got lit up. Then I was getting lit up by the dude that shoots the fire. No, not the fire, the toxic dude. That guy. And again, I'll say this, man. Whatever way I'm playing, however my person's kitted up, dude, whatever enemy I comes across is probably the worst matchup for me. It's amazing to me, man. I know that they got AI in that game, and I noticed it just didn't happen to me. There's other people, man. It's just like I said, duck duck goose, man. If you get picked, you're gonna suffer, right? But again, and Dark Tide is Warhammer 40K Dark Tide is on Game Pass. It's been on Game Pass for a couple years. Microsoft, or I should say Xbox, um, they have partnerships with a lot of these companies that put out these games. This is why you constantly see them, um, see their games in Game Pass, either on day one or shortly thereafter, right? Like a Focus Entertainment, Humble Games, all these guys I talk about all the time, man. This is why I support their games, right? Because they support the brand by supporting the services. Okay, make it simple. This is why I don't have to buy a PlayStation. This is why I don't need a Switch. This is why I don't have to play Steam, right? Because everything I need is right, and for what I like to do, everything is right here on Game Pass, on Xbox, dude. And I also buy my own games, dude. Like Warhammer just dropped. Um, Unlimited Productions did a quick unboxing video. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out, dude. He went all in on the Steelbook. I saw another collector's edition. I mean, I was tempted to buy it. Don't get me wrong, guys, but I just don't. I have no place to display this stuff, dude. It's just gonna end up in my box somewhere, just like my backlog of games. This is why sometimes I stop myself from buying games because I have too many games that I need to complete. It's no joke, man. The struggle is real when it comes to gaming on Xbox, man. So don't listen to all the haters that are out there, man. Right now, dude, Game Pass, Xbox and Game Pass is dominating everything. If you're a gamer, if you like to play games, man, if you're all about the games, dude, this is the system to own. This is the ecosystem to be in, man. You're not getting that over on PlayStation. Dude, they still got their no roadmap, one and done games over there, dude, and they can't put together a decent online shooter, online service game, which is not, dude. And I won't hate on them for that, dude. It's they're not known for that kind of stuff. This is why I stick more on the Xbox side. Now, Xbox has gone through the painstaking process of trying to become more diverse and diverse in a good way, not the diversity you see now, fake DEI stuff. I'm talking about actual diversity, right? They they they're they've been doing this for over the last 20 years, right? Trying to build up a brand, trying to build up a cachet of games and services, which is why you're enjoying 2024 the way that you. I know some of us are spoiled, some of us don't appreciate it. That's most definite, right? But for the most part, man, there's nobody doing it like Xbox is and Microsoft is right now. Right, whatever game you want to play, whatever genre, it's in Game Pass. Now, to the quality of the game, or if you enjoy the game, that's a personal thing. I understand, dude. There's some stuff that I like that people can't stand, and that's not just for me in gaming, man. That's my music, my movies, all that stuff. Dude, I know I try and keep that in mind when I talk about this kind of stuff. But if I take myself out of my own comfort zone and I look at things for what they are on Game Pass, it's untouchable. They just dropped uh what's that Expeditions road, what is it? Oh man, dude, come on, SnowRunner. They do SnowRunner, they do Mud Runner. It's a Focus published it. Well, anyway, the guys who did that game, there's a game called Expeditions that came out that's in that world, but it's a little bit more object based. You get to do a little bit more sim stuff in it, which I love. And they just dropped it in Game Pass. The game came out a couple months ago. I remember watching the trailer, dude. I kind of forgot like the launch date, but it's been out for a couple months. So I guess Focus was like, hey, let's put in Game Pass to see if we can get some more people playing it, some more people into it, because they got another game coming out this year that I'm probably gonna buy day one. Where you actually there's a flood in a small town. I think it's called Offworld or something like that. But this is something that they're trying to do, right? They're taking that brand that they have and they're trying to expand it, right? And they're trying to add stuff to it, right? This is what I see Xbox is going to do with Indiana Jones. And so they dropped this game in Game Pass, dude, and I'm just like, dude, this is awesome, dude. It came out a couple months ago. I kind of wanted to try it first because the Mud Runner series, for me, the problem I have with it is not the game itself. It's more me, man. It's just that I'm not, that physical space kind of stuff is kind of, it throws me off, dude. I'm just be honest with you, man. And sometimes, dude, I can't play those type of games, man, because they make me nauseous. I don't know why. Maybe it's my age now, dude. Certain games now I can't play because I get nauseous. So I'm kind of, I don't want to go ahead and buy a game and I can't play it. And it's not really so much about the money, man. It's just disappointing to me that I have it sitting there, So again, man, this is the power of Game Pass. It allows you to try games out, which is nothing wrong with that, dude. I grew up. This is what we did, man. When we bought our magazine subscriptions, dude, we get demo disc and try a game out first. But because we're gamers, man, we kind of knew what we liked, what we didn't like, but you just wanted to test it out, see how it was. And for the most part, and this is something that Game Pass has experienced. This is what Sarah Bond talks about, right? It's like a lot of people will play the game, they'll like it so much to just go and buy it. Right? But I mean, you're not going to do that with every single game, dude. So don't get caught up in all this stuff. People don't get caught up in the numbers, dude. The numbers are just stats. They're just tools, so you can kind of gauge what's going on. Especially if you do a channel like me and you got to talk about stuff, right? Don't get caught up in all the hype and all the drama around all that stuff, dude. Like you guys don't buy games and all this kind of crap, dude. Don't feel bad if you don't buy anything, dude. It's a subscription service. There's a reason why Microsoft raised the price, right? I mean, it's not for the nefarious purposes that other people out there are saying that they're doing it, that they're greedy, dude. People that say that kind of stuff, dude, they have no clue what's going on. All they are is focused on Xbox. Most of them are haters. And that's how you know that they're haters, dude, because subscription prices for everything went up across the board. Even my Crunchyroll went up. I mean, it only went up for like $1 or $2. I didn't even realize that it went up, right? Because I love the service so much, I'm never going to get rid of Crunchyroll, right? Crunchyroll has so much new content that I enjoy that comes out on top of the old stuff I like to watch again. And then what I'll do, Microsoft, if you guys didn't know, Microsoft has movies and TV on their Xbox store, dude, and they sell seasons for anime. Now it's a little bit limited on their selection for my taste. For most people, it'll be fine, right? In fact, I find myself rebuying stuff on Xbox because it is going to be my entertainment hub moving forward. The other one that I have is Fandango that I use. They used to be Voodoo. And I don't know if they're still owned by Walmart now. So that's a little bit of a risky thing. But a bunch of movies on there digitally. And quality is really good, man. Streaming services have gotten better, dude. I mean, they're gonna have to up it a little bit more um, going into the futures as more people go digital. There's a couple things that they got to work on, man. A lot of you guys who are already in the digital market, like myself, you guys are cognizant of the stuff of the challenges that they have moving forward, man. But regardless, dude, I mean, it is an awesome um, option to have, and that's all it is to me is an option, guys. That's it. I don't, no hate, none of that. It is what it is. Okay. Um, but dude, Game Pass is just unstoppable. Oh, but getting back to the TVs real quick. If you guys like anime like myself, dude, they have a sale right now on Xbox movies and TVs. Just go look at the anime seasons, right? They have a bunch of them on sale. I own most of them already, but they're as low as $1.99. In fact, what I might do is just buy the entire season suite that they have of Black Clover because I do like that anime. I don't know if One Piece is on there. I might go ahead and get that. There's a couple series on there, but like I said, most of them I own already because Microsoft does this throughout the year. It used to be like once a year. Now they do it throughout the year. So don't sleep on that Microsoft store, guys. Little all in the box shout out to you guys out there if you guys are Xbox, especially if you're like me, Xbox Online, dude. Utilize that ecosystem, man. There's more to it than just games, right? The services on this their suite of services are amazing. Especially if you're like pop culture, like you guys know, I did that on my channel. Dude, you consume pop culture, man. Xbox is the place to be, in my humble opinion. Right, that is a strong opinion. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let me see. Dude, I'm kind of losing my space here. Yeah, so I mean, I was enjoying Black Ops 6 demo, man. It's awesome, dude. Gameplay is solid. Love the weapons, man. Weapons a little bit more old school, man, and they're a little bit more, you know, it is a video game, but I'd say it feels a little bit more realistic in the hands, man. The shooting, I love the way you can perk stuff up. I love the way that you can, and it's limited. Don't get me wrong. Uh, the weapons, the gunsmith stuff is a whole lot more easier for me, right? I already got my rifle, my battle rifle up and ready, dude. I'm tagging people from distance to putting myself in certain positions. Hey, what's up, Faded, man? Nothing much, man. I'm just talking about Black Ops, dude. That demo is fire. Very, very good connection. My ping time, my pinging is a little bit on the low side, but I live on a rock in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, so I can't complain. But most games I'm in quickly. Um, Exception of some matches I had, dude. I'm pretty up and up with everybody, which is great, man. Because the way I kitted out my couple of the guns I use, I have a heavy machine gun and I'm using my rifle right now, dude. And it's been awesome. Not big on the snipers, man. Not big on the sniper, dude. I don't have that kind of skill. I haven't really even touched my what I like to call my Mercury class, man. When I have when I'm at my compact out there going around and just running around, just tagging people. But the flow is nice, man. Love the maps, dude. The maps are amazing. Um, you have one of them is like a strip mall. The other one is a stage called Derelict, man, where you're kind of in this like train yard with overgrowth and stuff like that. But it just has a good the flow points, man. The checkpoints, all the stuff is just the height and level of the different buildings and stuff like that. Everything's on lock. Then I guess for the new excuse me, they opened up the beta for everyone, right? So if you have a gaming console, I'm on Xbox, dude. I don't know how it is on PlayStation. Um, Dude, if you have access, definitely go download it, man, and play it because it's a good time, dude. It's fun, dude. It takes me back to the old COD, and in a good way, and not in a bad way, dude. And it has modern sensibilities. It's the same thing like Halo did, dude. With Halo 4 and Halo 5, man, the multiplayer, I loved it, dude. They added new stuff to it, different levels to it, man, but it still feels like Halo. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it took me back, dude. It just reminded me how much I love Black Ops above Modern Warfare. Again, no hate on either, just like both of them. Faded Blaze. A lot of ponies talk about Astrobot Game of the Year, but forget Warhammer, Wukong, and Power. Dude, this is how man. It's just like there is no Game of the Year anymore. Because anytime stuff like this happens with Astrobot, dude, look, I'm not a PlayStation dude. honestly, Astrobot is what it is. All I know is it's been eating up a lot of the mentions on social media, like you said, Game of the Year and stuff like that. If something like this can get Game of the Year, this is how you know that the awards, quote unquote awards that they have for gaming, it is not. Dude, it holds no weight. I'll just be honest with you, it holds no weight. Faded Blaze, because there's a bunch of games that come out, dude, that easily. A game like Astrobot, again, knowing I'm limited in my knowledge of it, but from what I see of it, dude, I mean, like you mentioned Power World. Dude, Power World dominated for months, and it still does. It still has a player count. And Warhammer just released again unlimited. You know, Mr. Moneybags got the steel case edition of Warhammer. And kudos to him, bro. He did a really cool video, and then I'm pretty sure he's playing it, dude. And then Wukong, of course, that's been lighting up the thing. It's not on Xbox. That's my understanding. It's coming to Xbox for various of reasons, man. I love how Microsoft, because of course the narrative out there was that it was the Xbox Series X or Series S that was having, that's what the media is throwing out there. That's what all these and influencers run with it, which I find hilarious because they still have PlayStation 4 out there, where a lot of these people play on, right? Right. So I mean, again, it's just like water off the duck's back for me, man. I don't listen to anything these people say because it's disingenuous at best, dude, and it's lying at worst because these people just hate Xbox, right? And Wukong is what it is, dude. If it comes to Xbox, dude, and it wasn't to me. It doesn't look like it was under false pretenses, right? A lot of these companies that are making these games in Asia, right? They want to be successful, right? Unlike the U.S. with all our wokeness and stuff like that, these companies, dude, they're on the clock, bro. They can't afford to take losses and hits like some of these other companies can. Disney Plus, Disney Star Wars, right? Disney Marvel, right? At some point, and even these big corporations are waking up to it. So a company that's producing Wukong also got to keep in mind, dude. They're focused on they're from Asia, focused on the Asian market, dude. And it's my understanding. I mean, look, dude, it is what it is. That's what people in Asia know is the PlayStation, right? Again, this is what Phil and Sarah talked about this, man, making a footprint in Asia. And not just Japan, dude. I'm talking like South Korea, Southeast Asia, dude, even Philippines, man. You have to, but you got to put in on that, dude. And I know that they're working on it, but they got to step it up, dude. You got Tokyo Game Show coming up. We'll see we'll see what they do. We'll talk about it a little bit more. Hopefully, the guys will jump in because that's something I think we all can talk about. But yeah, dude, faded, dude. I don't go with any of this stuff, dude. When it comes to the Game Awards, that's why I don't watch Jeff Keighley stuff, dude. It's so false, dude. It just reminds me again that the industry is filled with people that don't play games. It's just like going to a church where nobody reads the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It has that kind of feel about it. So it is what it is, bro. Two Man 55, what's up? Hey, what's up, Two Man? Welcome, brother. Just throwing all the stuff out there. Yeah. But I want to tell you, man. Again, Two Man, dude. In the announcement aside, dude, really happy with all the stuff that's coming on with Xbox. This is why it's different. Why I try and present on this channel. There's a couple people that are doing it as well, man. Look, dude, I gotta shout out C Money and the crew. I mean, they put out more videos that I can watch. I'm not gonna lie, but you need that out there, dude. You need those microphones out there, dude. King David, shout out to him. He always keeps it 100. Our boy 100 every Saturday night, man. 100 and his crew come up there, and they don't care. They'll tell everything like it is, man. And that's what I think is missing in gaming, especially the industry. You gotta keep things 100. And look, dude, there's nothing repping your box, dude. Just make sure that you're 100 when you talk about your stuff, dude. Don't be hypocritical, right? Call out Phil, call out Microsoft when you need to. Of course, you're not doing it from a place of hate, man. You want to, if look, dude, we bought into this ecosystem, we bought into this brand, we bought into this box, dude. You want them to be successful, and of course, to give you the things that you want. So again, to the Wukong stuff, when it comes over, man, it's my understanding that there's no bad blood, there's no hate, and I understand how things work over there, right? I mean, it's just a different. It's not the U.S. guys. Yeah, sometimes when we're here in America and we look at stuff outside, dude, you got to remember, dude, the audiences in these other countries are different than our audience. Shout out to South America though. Man, they bring it when when Xbox goes on, they show up, and that's what I love about South America when it comes to Xbox. But in Asia, man, it's not like that for Xbox. Xbox got a lot more work to do. If it'll even work, look, dude, man, you gotta keep it 100 on it, dude. That might not even be enough, dude. But there's some stuff, like I told you, that Microsoft needs to put out there, dude. Localization of language is important, man. Especially if look, dude, I follow some guys from South Korea that talk about this all the time, and they're nice enough to put it out there for us English speaking uh, Xbox fans on this side of the ocean, on this side of the pond, right? But they're being 100, man. I mean, look, dude, if you want to present, like, this is what I say all the time with Xbox, man. If you're not going to bring your game over here, then that's a lost sale for you. I'm not going to jump through hoops to put myself out there and pay you money, right? If you're not going to respect me as a consumer. Put all the fanboy crap aside, dude. You're not respecting me as a consumer, dude. That's stuff, dude. I don't need your game. I got enough to keep me busy, dude. I don't, even if I might want to play your game. Case in point, the whole Capcom drama, right? With Capcom, the Fighting Collection, dude. You don't think that I, as a Dreamcast Sega fan, that reps Dreamcast, dude, that wouldn't want to play Power Stone 1 and 2, right? On that collection? Of course I would. But I'm not going to buy another console, another system to play those games, man. You bring your stuff over to me. And I'm not going to, look, dude, I understand, dude. I'm a little bit, I love my brothers, man, on the Xbox community, man, but I'm a little bit different in this sense, dude. It's just like, dude, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, bring this stuff over, stuff like that, dude. I support you guys. I support my brothers, my brother City, man, and stuff like that. They asked me to do stuff, I do, dude. That's those are my brothers, and I support. But if Capcom, dude, look, dude, if you're not gonna bring your crap over here, dude, then you don't want. Why are you telling me you don't want your money? I'll buy this. I'll buy the games that you actually support Microsoft, like Path of the Goddess, right? That's why I told you guys last video, man. A lot of you guys need to go watch the Game Pass, watch the whole thing, because there's all kind of nuggets that are dropped in as you watch the broadcast, like how Phil talked about it in the interview, man. They funded that game, and why is that important? So a lot of the people like Microsoft is broke. They're gonna get rid of Microsoft's gonna get rid of Xbox. That's no. All the stuff you see, all the stuff you see right now going on with Microsoft and Xbox, it's all business, dude. It's all economy. It's all economics. Bottom line, dude, they are a corporation. That's one of the things you have to deal with being a corporation. If you guys are Marvel fans, you know this when Disney bought Marvel. If you guys are Star Wars fans, you guys know when Disney bought Star Wars. If you guys are WB fans, like I know we got W or not WB fans, but DC fans when Warner Brothers was running them, right? Sometimes, a lot of times, man, you get people that they think have bright ideas that aren't so bright. And a lot of people put their hands in the cookie jar. But that's how I roll. That's how I will rock out with dude. Focus Entertainment, Humble Games, 505 Games, right? All these like Square Enix is coming around. All these guys, man, you show me some love as a consumer, I'll show you love back, dude. That's what it boils down to for me right now, dude. Because right now on the Xbox, dude, with Game Pass, dude, I have everything I need. And again, dude, don't feel bad if you do not buy the games on Game Pass. If you want to buy the games, go buy it, dude. But not every Microsoft understands this, dude. Not everybody's hardcore, and they've known that for years, man. Because they've thrown everything on the kitchen sink against the wall to see what's stuck, and nothing did. And they realize that there's a differentiation in the gaming community of what a gamer is. And I've been screaming about this for years. Most of you guys are not gamers. You love the label, you love the tag, man, but you don't get all hardcore. Sorry, I'm getting away from the thing. Faded Blaze. Knowing that Concord failed miserably shows that Sony don't know how to make multiplayer games. Dude, Faded, dude, it's even more than that. It's even more than that, bro. You're absolutely 100% correct. And that's not their forte, so that doesn't surprise me. They would have to come out like with guns blazing. And then you have a lot of the Sony guys and even some of the Xbox guys that are talking about them revamping their shooters that actually worked or kind of worked for them. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I also don't think there's anything wrong with them going and creating stuff that's new. It's the precept of what they did, what they were trying to do at Concord. I mean, they at their core, if you spend that much money and you spend that much years making this game, dude, you should have built it from the ground up to be the most intense shooter of all time. Because you're coming to a market that's overloaded. You know what I mean? I'll never play Concord. I've watched some stuff on it just because people have been posting on social media. I'm not an expert on the game, but from what I gather, man, it's just not a really good shooter. Especially when you're going against Overwatch, you're going against a new Call of Duty that just dropped, right? You got Asia bringing in their type of shooters over, man. You're gonna have live service games like Honkai Rail. No, not Honkai Rail. Man, my daughter's gonna kill me, dude. I keep on forgetting the name of that. There's other games that are coming and occupying the space, man. And the shooter stuff, it's already a crowded market. You add all the other stuff that's coming in, all the sim stuff, all these other things, man. Like even something that's like Microsoft Flight Simulator, dude. There's a lot of stuff that number one, it's going to cost you more money, and not just at the front end, but even if it's live service, man, and the packages that you buy, because you're going to want to buy if you're a fan, especially, right? But also time, man. That's what people don't realize. Your time is an issue right now, dude. Again, I always bring this up on my channel, dude, especially with the economy, right? People don't have the free time, man. There's some people working 2 jobs to survive, dude. Where I live in Hawaii, man, I gotta hustle, dude. I have a decent job, man, but in this economy, I have a good job. In this economy now, it's a decent job. I live in one of the, if not the most expensive state in the union, which is Hawaii, the 50th state. You think you want to move here, you better think again. Everything out here is outrageous, and it was like that prior to this, man. But all this, all the economy does is just exacerbate everything, right? So that's the kind of things to remember, right? So yeah, thanks for that, Fade. Because Concord, man, it's just, dude, if you're gonna step into this space, Halo had that problem. Dude. I love Halo 4. I love Halo 5. I mean, technically, the not all that stuff had no problems. The only problem is they came in as a live service game, and they just didn't have the content to support it, because you're drawing a lot of the people in that are not guys like me and 100, not the old guard, dude. We'll show up, but if you're gonna present yourself to a younger audience, dude, I'm just being honest, 100%. Saw that with my daughter, dude. She plays Halo, but I mean, Overwatch came. She's a Overwatch fan, so other stuff that she'll enjoy more, you gravitate towards that. And the way that she consumes media, dude, she likes all that stuff, right? Like cat ears. I talked about it for years now. Those cat ears, dude. That irritated me. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Straight up, man. This is how I know I'm old. I saw cat ears on Halo, and I was like, dude, what is this, dude? Overwatch, no problem. Some of these other games, no problem. Whatever the hell Fortnite does, right? That's a Fortnite thing. That's not a Halo thing, right? And granted, dude, I remember the first couple weeks, man. Some of us hardcore Halo fans was in there and was gunning for these dudes, right? But then we noticed there was a shift, man. That more and more people started having cat ears, and some of the Brotherhood was starting to buy that crap. Dude, the amount of money they must have made on that was probably crazy, but they didn't capitalize on it. Is my problem, and I know that's hard, dude, because trying to find that balance between Halo, like COD, man, COD is just left the reservation with some of the stuff they're doing, right? But you have to make that choice, and that would have been hard for me, man. You see, I have a problem with certain things that Microsoft does, right? But I'm old, and but I'm Twilight gamer, man. I'm in the twilight of my gaming, dude. I'll probably be out in a couple of years, or at least the next 10 years. I'll be doing this for as long as I can, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel for me when it comes to gaming. So my kids will be the ones that are taking over. My son, all he does is play on PC. All he does is play the games his friends play. They love to play Fortnite a lot. That's all I see from him when it comes to gaming. My daughter, she plays on console. She likes Xbox. She's waiting for that new game to drop next month. It's not Honkai Rail, man. Genshin Impact. Sorry, guys. I'm old. So she's waiting for that to drop. She thought it was dropping this month. She was telling me, I was like, oh, no, it's next month. So when that hits, right, she still likes playing on console, right? But she plays mostly on mobile and on her iPad thing, or on her iPad, right? That's how they consume stuff, man. So again, I'm out the door soon. So, choices need to be made, man. And like Phil in his interview, when he's stuff that they missed, I think they're like his track record will do, especially on the Xbox One, will justify a lot of his decisions. But there's some stuff that you just can't plan for. You just don't know. You just got to make the best choice that you possibly can and roll with it. And that's what I like about what Xbox is doing. They're rolling with it, man. No apologies. They're just gonna address it and they keep it rolling. Because if you're gonna try and cater, even to me, like I said, I don't like the indie decision, but there's no sense in catering to me about that, dude. It's just like acknowledge and then move on, and just give me the stuff that I do love, which they do 99% of the time. Right. This is why I can still rock out in the ecosystem. Again, not happy about the multi-platform idea that they have. I'm not on the deathbed like other Xbox guys are. We're like, it's the end of the consoles, dude. That doesn't make any sense. They make a lot of money off the consoles. It's not just about the console sales, dude. It's what you do on the consoles. And again, I told you guys, man, I'm hardwired into the economy, dude. This is why a lot of stuff, not just consoles, everything's not doing well. And if you have that perspective, dude, it'll put you in a better place. Because some of these dudes on the Xbox side is just losing their mind when it comes to the console. Like Xbox, tomorrow is going to be like, oh, we're done. No, you can't be done, dude, because it's the same reason why they had live go for so long, dude. They had so many people on live. They wanted to make sure a lot of those guys will be able to switch over, right? Because they know they were going to take a hit, dude. They know some people they didn't want to buy into the ecosystem, right? So you have to mitigate that, dude. That's why they kept it going for so long. Because that's money, dude. You don't throw away money, dude. I know some people's business acumen nowadays are bad, but you don't throw away money, dude. That makes absolutely no sense. So obviously, I'm surprised people are still gaming. What's up, Zoe? Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, I don't call it gaming in the traditional sense like me and you would, right? I mean, yeah, dude. It's almost like an NPC zombie mentality. If I'm being honest, dude, everything's a quick fix. I see that a little bit with my kids, man, but it's kind of their generation, right? So, I mean, like I said, that's why I'm in the twilight of my gaming. I know that. I see it. Oh, there he is. Hey, what's up, brother? Oh, you're muted, my brother. You're muted.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
I made sure to send you that link first thing before I started. I was like, I gotta send my brother a link, man.
No, I appreciate it. Just that right now I'm looking for, like, we're viewing homes. I'm still in the process of trying to. I'm going away and view a home.
No, dude.
I'm trying to move next to Zobi. Zobi, you live close by. We never get up together. Have gotten hooked up. That's fucking messed up. We need to hook up, brother.
I don't think Zoe wants to see your collection, bro.
I
don't think Zoe wants to see your collection. I think you'll cry.
Oh, I would like. He has some nice stuff from back in the day. That's how he started. I remember he used to show wrestling figures and stuff like that.
Dude, I remember he picked up. So he went. I don't know. I don't know if it was GameStop, but I remember he picked up a game and it was like some figures or something. He was in his car, and I think he like ran it for like 3 hours. And I just watched that whole thing. It was, dude, this dude is the real deal. So
yeah, some funny.
So congratulations, man! Capcom Fighting Collection coming to the Xbox. Hey, Vontae.
I guess, like I said, is it Vontae or Vonti?
Oh yeah.
I wonder how you pronounce it.
Yeah, my bad, Vontae, if it's wrong.
No. I'm just saying. I hope we don't pronounce it wrong. You know, it's not. Some people who write it a certain way and it's still pronounced a certain way. You know what I mean? I mean, what did it took? Just people reaching out and talking, saying, "Hey, what is this is not right. What's going on?" And you know, the same way Phil really fast got in touch with those guys from that game Restoria or whatever that they claimed that it's been like 3 months, but they had to answer back. And Phil, I guess, reached out and said, "Oh, we've been talking to for the last 3 days and we're going to get this resolved." So, listen, Phil's the type of person, as much as people hate him because he is soft for certain things, right? He listens. The difference with Xbox, as an Xbox gamer, is they'll listen to you and they'll try to do things to make things right or at least make up for something they might have done wrong, right?
Yeah. No, yeah. 100%.
And that's the difference from anybody else. And that's why, as an Xbox fan myself, or preferred platform, right? That's why I always feel happy, even though they do make some kind of, you know, decisions that make like really no logical sense, unless it's just to make money, right? Which they already make enough. So my point is, why are you trying to make more if you already have a lot? You don't need these people. You can literally bury them, but yet you act like, because I know they do it because out of professionalism, because they know that in the industry they're looked at as this great contributor of gaming, because the casuals don't really know the real history of Sony, for example, right? So they don't realize that they came in the market being mudslingers and they have done it for years and still do it today, right?
Yeah,
you saw how you see what they did with Wukong and then try to lie about it, right?
Yeah.
But the truth is going to come out regardless. It always has in every generation, right? So my point is, why do you keep on trying to play nice with a company? And that's always been my problem with Microsoft. My only problem is, why are you trying to play nice with them It's different if you were being professional with them and they reciprocated back, right? Like if Microsoft did one thing and then they say, you know what, because they've been such great partners with us and treated us with mad love and respect, we're going to do this with them and we're going to do that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sony doesn't do that. So that's why I said, why do you keep trying to do it when at the end of the day, they don't care. They don't care about Xbox. If they were able to take Xbox out the way that Microsoft would be able to take them out, believe me, you and me know this wholeheartedly. Our Knights of the Round Table, people that are around us know this wholeheartedly from the years of experience with Sony in this industry. They would not hesitate. They would take Microsoft out. If it was the turbo tables would turn and they had the money and Microsoft couldn't compete, you know they would take them out. The same way they did with Sega. They didn't care and respect to Sega. They didn't care about Sega's, prolific impact in the industry, their history, that they were pioneers in the industry alongside Nintendo and Atari at the time. They didn't give a shit about none of that. You know that. What they said was, fuck yeah, we're going to take over because we got money and it's all about us. That's exactly what Sony's approach and Sony's attitude was. And you know, they didn't respect them. They just didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't care. So you really think, and I don't understand how, from Spill's perspective, and even Satya, if you see this in their history and their practices, how you get a clue, right? Or how you don't know how to read the room. You really think if you guys were the underdogs and they were the ones with the money, they wouldn't take Microsoft out? They'll take Microsoft out in a heartbeat. How would they do it? They would buy every fucking person and developer and game that they possibly could so that no one would approach Xbox and only they would be the only ones that have to provide their own games.
Yeah, they did that to Sega back in the day, dude.
Yeah, Sega. And they would not hesitate. That's why I don't get it. Why they in their mind they think, well, if we keep playing nice with them, eventually they'll give in and change. No, they're not. They're not going to change because they have too much fucking stupid pride. Stupid Japanese pride. Bottom line, as much as people don't want to accept it, is their fucking pride because the Japanese people, they are too nationalistic, and people think that we say that as in a racist way. No, they'd rather die by the sword. Look how they practice themselves as samurais and ninjas. They'd rather die by the sword than actually accept a defeat. That is how they think. That is their mental mind. That is how they practice their religion, their creed, the way they practice their heritage and their roots. That's how they are. And they're not going to change for nobody. And I know this is different than a samurai in a fucking field fighting a war, but there's still a business motto that they run their business like and by the way they do because they're Japanese. Yes, they're located in America, but that's because it suit them better because they're more popular in America now than they were in Japan. Because in Japan, they lost that audience to a certain degree, right? So again, I don't understand why they keep doing those things. And that is my only complaint with Xbox. It really is the only thing. Because as far as everything else, they completely show that they care about the consumers, the industry, developers, in the indie space, publishers, everybody. They just show that they actually care about gaming in general. With all the options that they do, all the pricings that they do, the flexibilities that they give you, how they respond to the community and they communicate with the community. They are the best, hands down. I've never seen that from Nintendo. Only when Reggie Fils-Aimé was there was that you saw Nintendo communicate, because Reggie Fils-Aimé is an absolute class act. Wonderful human being. He loved the industry. He did it for so many years. But once Reggie left, you never see anybody representing Nintendo. Am I right or am I wrong?
100%.
You just don't see it. You don't. So the fact of the matter is they don't. They just live on their laurels. They know that people just suck their balls. No offense to you, Zoe. That's not directed to you. But, to the mainstream, they just suck their balls and don't hold them accountable for anything. Like, why are you not making enough exclusive? Why are you taking so long to announce or bring out the Pro if the Wii or the Switch, rather, has been out for over 8 years now, or almost 8 years, or 7 years? You know what I mean? Things like that. That's what I mean. And they don't respond because everybody gives them everything free. It doesn't matter. If a game comes out, they don't come. You don't see nobody complaining at that point. Oh, but the Switch is holding back the games because they can't run because the Switch hardware is too old and incapable. You see all this rhetoric with the Series S, which is all bullshit, right? With the Nintendo Switch, no, it's okay. Just bring it out. It's coming to the Switch no matter what. It could be like at 540p. They don't give a fuck because it's all a narrative. It's all a narrative. That's all it is. What is that narrative? Hate everything Xbox does. And it's sad because most people hate Xbox because they really think that Xbox hasn't been around in gaming since the beginning. They think Microsoft just came in with the OGs, but that's not true. They were there in the 80s with the MSX. Like I've told many people before, you've heard me say this before.
Yeah.
Like a record. I said the Metal Gear Solid that we know from the NES first debuted on the Microsoft MSX with Kojima's game, his Metal Gear. It was on the MSX, the Xbox or Microsoft MSX. That's where it debuted. And then when the NES came out, years later, that became, a behemoth in the industry, right? In sales and did well, right? That's when he brought over the game to the NES. But it started on the MSX, a Microsoft console at the time. The only difference is it was a console that was not distributed by Microsoft. It was distributed by every electronic company in the world. There was a Pioneer version, there was a Toshiba version, and a Sony version of it, an NES version, an version of it. I think it was Zenith one, an RCA version. There was a bunch, but it was a Microsoft hardware that they made. See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So again, it's like, like I try to tell people all the time, like, y'all think Microsoft just came in the industry? No, they've been doing PC gaming also since the 80s with Age of Empires. That's why, and Flight Simulator. That's why those games, is it this one? Or no, Same West.
Yeah, and I know Phil, I was talking about it earlier, man. I understand that Phil sees it now. I know that Phil sees what's going on. He is definitely a different person than he was 5 years ago when he started this journey of trying to turn Xbox into what it is right now in 2024. I will say that. And I'm not gonna lie, Hebod, man, I kind of like what he's doing. Like I talked about it with the interview. When he had that interview, he basically said, with the indie thing, I know that he knew that he would get heat for that. I know that he knew that that there's no in and out on that, right, dude? The people hate him, always will hate him. The people like us would be upset. And I liked how he did the interview, bro. He rolled with it. Like he just rolled with it. They didn't sit there. He didn't castrate himself in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go out there. I'm so sorry, like the Phil of old. He basically went out. He did the interview, and then they rolled with it, dude. And the way that they introduced it, when they brought up indie, they know they had to talk about it, but they didn't detract from the rest of the interview that they had. They kind of rolled into it smoothly. Sarah was there; she was confident, right? And I like that. I like that Phil. I don't need the Phil to sit out there and kiss my
real quick.
No, go ahead, brother.
Let's tell you something real quick. I really love the way that Sarah is developing as far as communicating any messages and about what her position is with Xbox. You know what I mean?
Well,
I think she's coming off
about Sarah. But the thing that pissed me off with what people were saying about Sarah is that like she's stupid or that she doesn't know how to talk. It's not that, dude. You got to get a feel. You got to get a feel for what's going on. She's coming new into Xbox. Xbox is a different beast. Bethesda found that out. All these companies and Microsoft. Look, dude, Bethesda was kind of an industry darling. Look, they would get some hate from their fans, definitely. They get some hate from some of the media a little bit just because they're a greedy corporation. They joined Microsoft, and even Pete Hines was kind of like, Pete Hines was blown away by it, and he saw what happened with Pete Hines. He could not believe that hate is
Yeah.
real. The stuff we talk about, that hate is real for Xbox. So if you're gonna step onto this field with Xbox, dude, you better come prepared, man. You better bleed green because it's gonna be a battle every step of the way. I don't care what games you did. I don't care how many awards you won. I don't care what kind of accolades you have. I don't care what your resume is. I don't care what your anything that you brought to the table prior to Microsoft. That's all nothing now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, listen. Give you a great example to what you just said. If Naughty Dog, right?
Yeah.
Came to Xbox because somehow they had to leave Sony, right? Let's give you an example, hypothetical.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, automatically, everybody will hate Naughty Dog out of nowhere because now they're part of Xbox. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Well, they had
That's
that
the
with Naughty Dog.
mindset.
Right. But we had that with Naughty Dog already with Sunset Overdrive. That because I remember that vividly because it opened my eyes.
You mean with Insomnia?
Oh, is that it? Oh, you said Naughty Dog. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Insomnia.
Yeah,
I mean,
Naughty Dog. The guys who doing right and the guys who do Last of Us. If they came to Xbox, let's say hypothetically speaking, man, as a developer, and you know that they're beloved, like that's the developer. All PlayStation guys die by the sword, saying, "Oh my God, I love them. We love them. They're amazing." Right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, they came to Xbox, right?
Yeah.
It would be a completely different thing. Oh, we hate them now. You see what I'm saying? Because their hate is not what's being done. Their hate is just they don't like Xbox for whatever retarded reason.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
And it's because more than likely, Microsoft is the threat to their baby, to their darling, which is PlayStation. See what I'm saying? And because they know that, that's why they don't like them. So why you sit there and say with a hypocrite face and mentality saying, oh, we're gamers. We're supposed to just celebrate games, right?
Mhm.
As gamers. But yet you can't apply that to whatever Microsoft does as a company. Because they're a video game company as well. They have a video game division. You see what I'm saying? That's just completely that is complete hypocrisy. Because if you're saying just enjoy game, you know how a lot of guys, these guys you be seeing them like, bro, console war is stupid, it's dumb, just get them all. Yeah, that's the answer that you get every time when it works in favor of of PlayStation, right? Every time that it works in favor of PlayStation or Sony or even Nintendo is console war is stupid, dudes. Why can't we just game and have fun, buy all the consoles? But why can't y'all have the same mentality when we say buy an Xbox if you want to play Xbox games?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It only applies when it's their narrative. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No. I was just adding to what you said. Like the media is complicit in that as well. You see it every day. You know, it's a different standard for Xbox as opposed to PlayStation. It's irritating actually.
Absolutely.
Like, did you see the Astrobot thing? I've only heard Astrobot on social media. I have no idea what this game is. Right? I have no idea what this game is. All of a sudden, this game of the year.
I bought it. You know me because I love platform. And if the game look, if the game is simplistic and all it does is that it tickles their Elmo because it does a lot of nostalgic thing for PlayStation's so-called history, then that's how I know it's just being overhyped. It has to actually be fun and good. And you know what I'm trying to say? Because don't come and tell me in my fucking face that is the game of the year when it takes one game of the year and nobody talked about it. Nobody was sucking his dick the way they're sucking Astrobot's dick. Do you see what I'm saying? She's calling.
Hey, yeah.
Hi, Hubot. How
are you, my love?
I'm fine. I'm glad to see you doing well.
I don't speak.
Well, what are we talking about? We talking about Astrobot today?
Yeah. I was just saying that I bought it. I bought it because I love platformers.
Oh, okay.
I love platformers and I bought it. So when I sit down and play it, I'm gonna judge it for what it is. Yes, because I'm 100% sure it's being overhyped.
Please.
There's no doubt that it's a good game. It probably is a very good game. But one of the red flags, for example, here, and my brother taking forever.
Mm-hmm.
The game is supposedly only 6 hours long, right?
Right. Yeah.
Did not people say how Recore sucked, Quantum Break sucked. Super Lucky Cell sucked because they were so called short. Wasn't that one of the comments? And they even brought it down the score because it's too short.
Yep.
Was that not one of the narratives with those games?
Yes.
So if you're paying $60 for a game that's 6 hours long, and yet this time around, what you're saying is, even though it's short, it's masterful because the game is just fun and awesome, and an homage to old platforms of before. Even going as far as what IGN was saying, that it even, what you call that, rivals the best of Nintendo's offerings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, a game could be 2 hours, and it's a master plan. It's masterful. It don't matter if you pay $60 and you only paid it for 4 hours. It's amazing. It's a PlayStation, IP or exclusive, right? Which I feel that the hype is because they're trying to, fix the whole shit with the Concord, since it's been such since it's been such a bad backlash with Concord. They're trying to use Astronaut as the pine sol to clean it up. You get what I'm trying to say?
Oh man, the Xbox guys have been having a field day with Concord.
They are my love. They are my love. The hypocrisy. Everybody keeps talking about PlayStation 5 Pro, PlayStation 5 Pro. When all last gen, all people did is, how dare Microsoft make a next gen refresh cycle console? How dare I didn't pay $400 to buy another console midway down the generation. That's all you heard there. That's all you heard, Sega Forever. And all of a sudden, it's God sent that the PS4 Pro is around the corner. Oh my God, the hype is real. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do with, you should not be driving that fast behind me. What are we going to do, right? Now the answer is, what are we going to do now when we get the Xbox games like Indiana Jones and it's going to run even better on the PlayStation platform? That is the new narrative.
It's not going to be stronger than an X. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't think so either, but I'm just saying that's the narrative.
Right,
right. And the whole thing is, the entire time was mid-gen mid-gen refresh console is a bad thing. Right? But now Microsoft said, no, we're not doing a mid-gen this time around. We don't need it. It's not necessary, right? Mm-hmm. Now that Microsoft is not partaking in that, oh my God, it's an amazing thing. God bless America.
May I add something to this stuff? It may be a different.
Oh, one more thing there. Please, one more thing before I forget. I'm sorry, it's my diabetes.
Okay.
Wasn't the other narrative was, we don't buy $500 next-gen consoles to play kiddie games like Sea of Thieves or Super Lucky. But now Astronaut is the saving grace of gaming. Mm-hmm. The hallelujah of all gaming, right? Do you see the hypocrisy?
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
That's why when someone like myself speaks, that's why when Hebot speaks, motherfuckers get mad because I bring up everything that they did. I throw out the dirt that they don't want nobody to hear, that they want people to forget. Like, we don't know that. What you talking about, Hebot? We don't know that. What are you talking about? I don't forget anything because I'm a true gamer, and I don't like hypocrisy.
I don't either. I hate it. I can't stand hypocrisy. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's my turn. Okay, sorry. All right. What I wanted to say, what got under my skin is that I'm not going to name the person, but I saw a YouTube image that said, I guess this is what the podcast is about. Mm-hmm. That telling Xbox that exclusives are still important, and then they had Astrobot on there. Now, here's the problem that I have with this. Now, I don't disagree with that. I do believe Xbox should have some exclusives.
Yes.
I still stand by that. A game like Halo needs to remain their own. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, I don't think Phil's going to go that route, but I don't always agree with everything Phil does. I'm just going to put it out on the table. I don't agree with everything he's doing. Okay, but with that being said, I have to concede that what Phil is doing has earned Microsoft a lot of money. I can't deny that. I mean, when you got 500 million active users,
Yeah.
I would be denying facts at that point. So, though I believe they're trading some of the brand for that, I do see that they're getting the money that they need. They keeping Xbox afloat, and they are growing the base, even if it's in an unconventional way. Now, the problem that I have with this whole thing with the Astrobot thing, first off, I want to state fairly that what PlayStation is doing by using some little character like that, I think is actually a good idea. I don't think it's a bad idea for them to turn the little Astrobot thing into a game, and it's an original IP. They're using their own IPs to kind of fill in and pad it in. So that's fine. I have absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it's the hypocrisy that somehow this game is the next coming. I mean, this is like looking down on companies like Nintendo and what they've been able to accomplish for all these years. Okay, now I may have some problems with Nintendo when it comes to sometimes breaking out of what they're used to doing, but I couldn't deny that what they do it well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's almost like they forgot all of the hard work and all of the years and honestly decades of what Nintendo has done overnight because PlayStation has decided to do a platform. And also, they've forgotten the platformers that Microsoft has done.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and one of my favorite, I've heard Cuphead is good. I heard Lucky Tales is good. But my favorite one in recent times is Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
I thought that thing was brilliant. I thought that should have won. I understand it lost to It Takes Two, and I say, okay, that's a great game too. So if it was going to lose, I can tolerate that, But I really wanted Psychonauts to win. That's how good that game was.
Yeah.
And it destroyed what's the other game they got? It's not a platform, but it's Ratchet and Clank. It destroyed Ratchet and Clank because, in my opinion, that game couldn't hold up to Psychonauts 2. So when people have been running around saying that Xbox needs to do what PlayStation is doing, and I nearly wanted to rip my hair out. I'm like, they have iconic platformers. They have Banjo-Kazooie, they have Spyro, they have Crash Bandicoot. They also have Psychonauts. I don't believe that's going to be the last one. I do believe we'll get a 3 eventually. Yeah. And that whole series, because I own both of them on Xbox, the first one and the second, and they're both good. They're both very good games. So
the first Psychonauts, I remember it was a game changer for platformers.
Yes, and it's kids can play it, but it's good for older people too. It's kind of weird. It appeals to everybody, but it has
great characters, great rating.
Yeah. And the subject matter is very good. It's just I don't know. It does something a little more than what normal platformers could do. So like you've had people looking at Psychonauts almost saying because the Metacritic score, I'm just using this example, and this is true, of Psychonauts is not as good as Astrobot, that somehow is lesser game, but in my opinion, it's not. It did something innovative in the subject material and what it was dealing with the mind.
No. Astrobot don't touch Psychonauts. As far as the creativity,
I agree. I don't care about the Metacritic score. I don't think it was a perfect game. I didn't have any bug problems with that game. The subject matter was innovative in such a way that even if you took a Crash, even if you took a Spyro and all that, in my opinion, they still didn't do what Psychonauts.
Take Two is a absolute mastercraft of a game.
Yes, It Takes Two too is very good.
And Psychonauts, I know for a fact from what I've seen, don't come close to It Takes Two. And It Takes Two didn't get those kind of Metacritics. You know why?
It did not. Nobody
was paying attention. They didn't care. Because these guys don't like platformers. The reason that they like platformers right now is because it's a PlayStation exclusive and it's because it's a good game. That's it.
Right.
That's it. Yo, by the way, guys, what do you think?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Is that
That's
the
nice,
house
bro.
you're looking at?
Yeah, we're looking at the place right now because we're house view.
Oh my goodness! I
Yeah,
hope
yeah,
you
yeah.
have a room
So
where you
big.
can kind of stream and everything, like your man cave. I hope you have that.
Oh, it's so big. Beautiful.
Oh wow, that
Five
is a
bedrooms.
big house. Yeah.
I'm going up the stairs right now.
Oh my goodness,
Oh, that is nice, bro.
that
Is
is
it
very
new?
nice.
Is it a new house?
It looks like a new house, but
Yeah,
if
it
it
looks new.
isn't, it's well kept.
Everything's is redone. Is remodeled. Like
Oh
renovated.
wow,
Nice,
wow,
nice.
This is one room here. Look at the room.
oh wow! Look at that. Nice closet space in there.
Yeah, yeah. Wait,
Bro,
the laundry, the
everybody in
laundry
Hawaii right now
is
is jealous. Everybody in Hawaii is jealous right now.
Oh
That's a
wow!
master bedroom
Is
in our
that
house.
more space than you have Sega Forever? Is that more space?
Yeah, that's why I can't buy anything anymore because I don't have
Oh my,
space.
oh my gosh.
That's why I went digital. Yeah, that's why I'm going digital. I don't have
Oh, I
space.
see. Yeah, yeah. Because you can't store things. Yeah.
That's nice, bro.
Wow,
Oh,
that
double
is really
stack. Washer
nice.
dryer, double stack.
Yeah, double stack washer and dryer. Yeah.
look at the bathroom. This is nice.
Oh wow, look at that. Is that a
Look at the
master?
door.
Oh
Oh, is that
wow.
the master? That's got to be the master.
Yeah,
When you
because you got
sliding the
everything
doors.
there.
Look at the floors.
Oh, look at the floor. That is beautiful.
Buy it.
Oh wow.
Just buy it now. Nice.
That is really nice. Yeah.
Oh, this is the biggest room, right?
Yeah, that's
That's the
beautiful.
master. That's the master.
That's a big bathroom. We don't even have a bathroom that big, honestly.
I feel you there. You should come to Hawaii. We live in boxes here.
Yeah.
Closet.
Oh, shoot.
Closet.
Oh, look at that
Walk-in,
closet.
nice.
Oh yeah, we don't even have a closet that big either. So
Oh,
my
big.
God.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you
Oh,
can
yeah,
go
get that room to your daughter, bro. Get that room to your daughter.
Attic is up.
Oh, that's the attic. Yeah, yeah, that's nice.
That's nice, dude.
Everything's brand new. You see, it's still fading. Oh,
That is
right.
such a beautiful home.
Dude, just make sure the plumbing's straight.
The plumbing.
Yeah, no, the only thing they're saying is a flood area, but the basement is made out of cement. So it shouldn't be a big issue.
Okay.
Right. Make sure you have a sub pump and things like that in it too, because your water table can be higher than you think.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have that
Good
issue
point, yeah.
here where I'm at in Michigan, and I'm telling you, my sub pump goes all the time because just Michigan has so many lakes, rivers, creeks. They
Oh,
all
you mean the tank gets full, and because of it, that's what you mean?
yeah. Let me see.
Oh, that's
wow.
nice, dude.
That is so beautiful. I'm just caught up. You know,
It's good
look
for
at
your
you, man.
family, brother. Good for your family.
The laundry room is in the middle of the hallway. It's nice though.
That's nice because everybody can get to it.
Yeah.
Slide door, you see?
Yeah, that's
Is it
nice.
attached to your master, though? It looks like it's attached to the master.
Let me see. Let me see. Oh, that's for the
Oh,
boiler.
that's the utility. Yeah.
It's nice. Look at this bathroom, bitch. It's a sliding door. Yeah, with the shower. It's a sliding door. It's really nice.
That is so beautiful.
By the way, say hi, babe.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, we give a thumbs up to that. I hope you get that house, Eva. I don't know if
Oh,
you
look
see
at.
all your
Oh,
needs.
sorry, man. I'm missing out on the chat there. There's
Yeah.
a
Oh,
two man
what they-
says super nice.
Oh, Two Man likes it too. Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah. Trying to find the spot. We're good looking in January, but
How's the outside? Do you have like a nice yard?
oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's by itself in the corner. I'll show it when I go outside. I'll show it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, those are yeah. Get that one, bro. That's a good location.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I like
You have
the
the space around. Do you have the
Call
space?
it from yours, look.
Oh, look at he back. That room is so big.
5 doors.
Yeah, he's gonna have more than enough space. Where are you gonna store all your collection? You have a room.
The
you did-
basement is pretty big. Yeah, the
Basement?
basement.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Yeah.
Oh, even Two Man loves the closet, brother.
Yeah, he's talking about your
Oh,
closet.
look. Yeah.
Oh yeah, modern.
It's going down towards the stairs to the kitchen and living room area. I said it's very big.
Very nice.
Nice, yeah.
That's an open concept, but that's really good when you have parties and
Oh yeah, I like open concept. I really think it's nice.
yeah.
But it's not too open, man. It's not like some of these new modern homes. It still has a homely touch to it.
It
That's-
does, yeah. It
Yeah.
does.
Nothing wrong with modern homes. I'm down
No,
for
it's
that
nothing
too.
wrong
But
with
you got a
that.
family, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
You need
Like,
spaces.
And he's gonna have like big Thanksgivings and Christmases and things. So that's gonna really be nice when he has things like that going on.
what's nice is that it's by itself, so if you make noise, they can't call you loud Puerto Ricans.
Sega Man can come out and visit you, man. You got that yard.
Sure could, yeah.
It's like 20 minutes away from my house now. Look, this is the other bathroom.
Oh man, that's the second bathroom. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
there's like 2 bathrooms and 1.5 bath, I think.
Oh my gosh, you're making me jealous. Look at Google
Yes.
Post said nice. When can I move in?
Yeah, cool.
Digital temperature.
Hey, Mr. Kimo, welcome, brother.
Yeah,
Thanks
hi,
for being
Mr.
here, bro.
Steven. Yeah, we say hi to you like I don't know how many posts back.
Look, this is the way you walk in. That's the yard there.
Oh wow, that's so nice and nice.
And those are 2 cars.
Oh, man, look at that.
Oh, that's
These
the
are the
parking
2 family
space?
cars right there. Mine's and my daughter. And it's raining right now, as you
Yeah,
couldn't.
right.
But it's in a nice corner. She's by itself.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so it's
that's
not
nice,
even
bro.
connected to nobody. Yeah.
Yeah, you got space, man. Yeah.
Then this would be the front yard.
And that's perfect because you don't need too much of that to take care of. Nobody wants to mow that much,
I like it.
Yeah, that'll be good for you, bro.
To the yard.
I like it. I ain't gonna lie. I do.
Yeah, buy it, he buy it.
Well, we have to get into it first, and then they'll give you the option to buy it because it's
okay.
helping us with Section 8. That's why.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Really? Oh, nice.
I didn't know Section 8 with that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Program. They have that program now where once you're in a place for a year and a half, you could actually have the option to buy.
Yeah, okay, that's nice.
The land, or you could buy the house, whichever.
Do they work with you financially as well?
Yeah, well, they help you pay for it up to 30 years.
Yeah. That's what,
Okay.
they did that in Hawaii, bro. Like Hawaiian Homestead. We have Hawaiian
Mhm.
Homestead here. So what they
okay.
did was you didn't have to put any down, and you didn't have to pay for 3 months.
Program?
And then you came in, and then you moved in, and then they helped you with your budget, and then they started 3 months later at a reasonable price.
Oh my God, it's moving right.
I'm gonna open it either.
For real?
Yeah.
Go the other way. There it goes.
Yeah, but when you unbox.
Let's see.
So man says, nice big yard.
Nice big yard. Yeah, it is big. I mean,
Yeah, it's nice.
it's a
big.
nice yard.
They
I like
probably did.
that parking area.
That's a really cool parking spot. Yeah,
Well,
it's right there. And
It's my daughter, the realtor, that is showing us. Say hello, realtor.
Oh,
She,
My daughter,
she got
guys.
good taste. She got good taste. Did she
She's
pick her house?
she's representing us now. Before it was another one, but she's representing because she got a realtor's license. It's working.
Oh wow!
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Congrats.
she's the one representing us now.
She picked a good field, bro.
That
Awesome.
is,
My daughter's she's done some big things. That's a good thing. Proud of her. I'm proud.
Yeah, you should be proud of
Good
her.
job. Yeah.
Honey, they really don't want to lock? Maybe it's defective like that, huh?
No, because it was locked.
It was locked?
She was struggling to unlock.
Oh my God.
Hello?
It's raining. That's why I haven't moved. If you can see,
Oh,
it's
okay, yes, it's
raining. You
raining.
can see it. It's raining. Look.
Yeah, with your
Oh, that's
equipment.
my car, by the way. That's my new car there.
Oh, look at that, he bought. Oh, so you did get a new car from the other one? Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't.
it was used and from the dealer, but it only had one owner and it only had 33,000 miles. So,
Right.
Nice,
So it's
nice.
practical. Yeah.
yeah. I paid like it comes out to like 17, and I put down 9,000.
Yep.
So I got to pay for like 2 years, 3 years. I'm paying only like 200 a month anyway. Why is he calling you?
Too bad. He bought and fam like the Jeffersons. Moving on up.
Too bad it's too much. He remembers all kind of stuff.
That's why you don't see me having no time arguing over gaming. I got other things to worry
Bro,
about.
that's a good thing, dude. Because Xbox has continued to do what Xbox is doing.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, we're playing games and you handling real business.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. We honestly, we all haven't been bickering over this stuff. We've been playing games, you know.
You want me to try to?
100%.
I know you're doing it.
I bought some older games that I had never tried. So I bought Resistance, and I've never played it.
But she goes,
let me buy that. And I also bought it's another Alien game because I'm a huge Alien fan.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like an asymmetrical Alien game.
it's something that you don't.
Aliens Dark Descent. I just bought that. was on sale, so I figured I'd get them. You know.
Yes, so they were that's the is it turn based?
The Aliens Dark Descent. It looks like an asymmetrical game, like you looking
Okay.
at them from the top down, and I don't know. It could be turn based. I'm gonna see because it was just a good price. When I see games at a good price and have some interest in it, I just pick it up.
Yeah,
And
that's
I say,
why our
okay,
backlogs are horrible, man.
yeah, it
Xbox
is.
is
Mine
bad
is
too.
so bad. I got backlogs from Xbox, backlogs from Steam. It's so bad. I don't even try Epic no more. It's just like, but yeah, but it's so
Yeah.
I got too many games and can't play them. And then I get stuck with certain games that I go like right now I've been still playing Fallout 76.
Oh, I don't blame you. A lot of people are.
Yeah, Fallout 76 got a lot of players in there, despite what people think. I don't know. It's this misconception that the game is not. You got fanatics up in there, man. But the
Oh, yeah,
nice.
let's look around. Look, we got a garage. We got a garage.
Oh, that's a garage.
Nice.
Oh my God, you got a parking spot plus a garage. Oh my gosh, he
This
got
is
way more.
this is the yard. This is the yard. Look,
Oh,
see, it goes from
dude.
here, but it goes around the house. The
Oh
house is in the
God,
corner.
look at all that yard.
See,
You're gonna need a riding mower for that, Hebot.
see this is the back of the house. See?
You're gonna need a riding mower. I hope you get one
Oh,
of those.
the outside is nice, bro.
That's a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
yard.
The house is elevated, and the garage is downstairs. So you go around and it has this little thing walkway. See, the
Yeah.
generator's there.
Oh my
The
God. Yeah, look at the AC
the
unit. Oh my
fast
goodness.
fences. Yeah, that's nice. It's nice.
It's very nice, man. I ain't gonna lie. That house is really nice.
This
It's
is
a lot of
why.
space.
This is why a lot of people. This is why a lot of people from Hawaii are moving to the mainland, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and from what you're saying, they're getting a lot of house too for their money.
House space, yeah. Because
Yeah.
where I live, dude, my house is nice, and I live in a nice
Yeah.
valley. I love where I live, but you're just limited by space.
Well, with us, we're getting our house ready to sell because we want to move to a different state and then start, build a house. So, but I'm on I don't. My house is not as big as that, but I
Does
have
that
more land.
door
I'm
open with that
almost
key?
3 acres of land, but I don't have as much house. So
Ah, I
it's
see.
the opposite of Heba. He has way more house, but not as much land as we have.
But I think, yeah, because you guys have flexibility in the mainland. Hawaii is pretty locked in.
Is it?
See, this is the main road to get in, but it's like a little road. See?
No, that's good, bro.
Oh,
That's,
look at all that privacy you got there.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. Anytime a car can park on the grass, bro, you know you in a
Yeah.
Bro.
And yeah, that's nice. That's a real nice. Honestly, I hope he
Oh,
buys
that's the house on the outside there. There you go.
that. Is beautiful.
Heba, the only time you get something like that in Hawaii is you gotta live next to the chop shop.
Chop shop.
That's the only way you'll get that kind of space.
We have to get the stuff from BJ's. We could go to the one here. Is there another house we got to see?
Two-Man said, now I can't get the Jefferson's theme song.
Jefferson's thing.
You did it to yourself, bro. You did it to yourself.
Are we done?
Oh, that's a nice.
Very nice
Yeah,
home.
yeah, damn, man. So, but do you like it better though? I mean, even though it's less house.
Oh, where I'm at now?
I mean, where are you moving to?
Oh, no, it's not. We're gonna build a home. So,
Oh,
but
nice.
yeah, we're gonna buy land and build a home. But where I'm at, I like where I'm at. It's just that yeah, we kind of outgrowing it. Same thing. Because I'm gonna bring my dad here to take care of him, and this house was just meant for me and my husband. So it's gonna be more space. We're gonna need that. And plus, he's in a wheelchair and things like that. So we want to get a different house. So for those reasons.
Casitas are a big thing now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
But they have like a separate domicile. But it's kind of like it's a bigger, like a suite, like an extra suite, extra.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But they have everything in there for your, extended family.
Yeah. That's what we need because, like I said, my dad he kind of needs oversight now,
Yeah.
with his health issues and things, and with him in a wheelchair, you'd be surprised. You can't just be anywhere with
No.
somebody who's confined to a wheelchair. So this house, it gets cramped with that in mind. When it was just me and my husband, it was fine, but with him coming with all of that, we're gonna have to. We just need more space, and yeah. So, but I like the house and everything. I like the area, but yeah, that's the reason why we're leaving. It's not anything bad or anything like that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah,
It's
but
just
what we've been doing is like fixing up the house to prepare it for sale. So
Right.
we got more work to do. We just talked to our we'll talk to the guy who's going to do the flooring and our electrical and things like that. We get updating the lighting and getting the floors put in and stuff. So we're getting it done. It's not much to do to the house, but
Yeah.
just you know how you spruce it up so that because we don't want to hold on to it. That's the main thing. We don't want to be stuck holding on to the house. So we want it to sell as quickly as possible.
Hawaii is one of the few places where you hold.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's because there's always going to be a renter.
Oh, okay.
You're muted, brother. Yeah, good, bro. Buy it.
Yeah, we got to get into it first to rent, and then we get the
Oh,
option.
okay. So you think you can rent it? You think they'll let you do it and move
Well,
to the next step?
that's how it's supposed to work. Rent into it first, stay for the lease for like a year, maybe a year and a half,
Okay.
and then you get the option that you could buy in, I guess.
Okay. So no, having you live in it, you get to see if you like it. The person wants to sell, say, okay, I like, it looks like they would take good care of this property, do well by the neighbors. So yeah, we'll sell to you. And I think that
Right.
works out for everybody involved. Yeah.
Once you're in the property, when they see that you're good tenants, right?
Oh,
They probably won't have an issue. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what. Right. You don't want to just put anybody in any neighborhood. Yeah.
You know how you guys know how it is.
yeah. That program I was telling you about, they actually changed it because they had everybody move in, and then they had issues with a lot of people.
Yeah, not everybody is capable of owning.
Well, that's the stigma that's going to be there with people like that have Section 8 or any type of program. That they're probably bad tenants, take advantage and don't do the right thing. I don't know why people would do that when it's an opportunity to change your life, right?
It is. It is.
Get it? Why people would do that? I really don't get it. But unfortunately, that's the reality of the world we live in, right?
Well, that is the reality. Because what happened was a lot of the people were coming from areas where they were used to just dumping stuff, living a certain lifestyle.
Yes.
And you come into a which is basically kind of a gated community, and you have to change, and some people just don't want to change.
Yeah.
Right. And so it hurt everybody. And it doesn't take a lot. You know what I mean? It just takes a few. Sorry.
Because they make noise, they won't say, "Oh my God, the loud ass Puerto Ricans."
Well, that's the good thing about that space, bro. It has space.
It does. Yeah, he's not right up against anybody. Honestly, he got more space. That house, first off, is a lot bigger, but the way it is, he has more space between him and the next house than where I'm at. It's got a lot going for it. I like that house a lot. I like a lot of things about that home.
Bro, where I live, man, just the other day, man, two brothers were scrapping. And you can hear everything because they're right down the road.
Yeah.
And then they have party, pop fireworks. Oh, you might as well just go over. When they have a party, might as well just go over. You can't do nothing. The only thing good that I get to do is I'll turn up my COD. I'm playing COD. I'll just blast it all the way full volume.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you, since you played COD, what do you think? You was playing the beta, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? How is it? Because I mean, I'm hearing it's pretty good.
It's solid. It's super solid.
Wow. Okay, because the ponies are going around
like
acting like this is the worst COD ever or something like that.
No.
Polished like a mofo. It's polished like a mofo.
It's super polished. You know what? It almost it's like what Halo did with 4 and 5 multiplayer. Like it still feels like Halo, even though they added or they upgraded stuff.
Oh, okay, it's like
they take it forever. You know what it is. Everybody gonna say, "Oh, it sucks. It's not good." Because now, after all these years of liking Call of Duty, now all of a sudden, no, we don't like Call of Duty because Xbox owns. We don't like it.
Yeah.
It's the narrative, like I said, the narrative. So you can't listen to nobody. You can't take nobody serious because it was like when Major League Baseball was on PlayStation, right? Only to them. Every year it was rated 9 or 10 or 8. Oh, it's fantastic. As soon as it came to Xbox, you can look it up. This MLB is it feels the samey. They all felt it. And then they gave it like a 6.5 or some shit. I was like,
wow.
Bro, they come to Xbox, all of a sudden, no, it's not really great. Like, come on. It's so blatant, it's sad because you can see it right through the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's funny because this is kind of like that 4D chess that Microsoft and Xbox is playing right now too, because Concord dropped and then they put the beta out there. right? And that beta absolutely destroyed anything. Even Warhammer Dark Tide had a drop.
It did. I mean, it's like everybody abandoned other games and just came right over to COD. It's just sucked up people from other games.
Yeah, that's the power of COD. This is why Sony, man, they realize what time it is, dude. And that's why I have to give credit to Phil, Killer Phil, like of his namesake, because they know this. This is why I think they're not. It reassures me. I'll be honest with you guys. It reassures me that number one, because like I saw ponies on X saying that, oh, they, Phil missed this franchise. Phil missed this franchise. It's I like, bro, they own COD.
They own COD. Like,
bro, they own COD. They're not only COD, but AKB, but they own COD.
Yeah,
There is no bigger.
If they think that PlayStation didn't miss out on games, all publishers miss out on certain games with certain studios and stuff at some point in time, or they overlook an IP. Maybe somebody pitched to them or something like that. That happens to all publishers,
The difference is when like, especially under Phil, when Phil didn't do it, it's kind of like, oh well, we missed it. When Sony does it, it's personal. When Sony like the mafia when it comes to stuff, man. I remember stuff that they did to Sega back in the day. Right, I know some stuff that they did to Nintendo back in the day. Right, they're heavy-handed, and Phil and the crew's not like that. It helps that you have a $3 trillion backer.
Right, it does.
That doesn't hurt. But after playing COD, number one, I just realized how much Black Ops I love more than Modern Warfare, which is not a slight against Modern Warfare. I just always like Black Ops better because I always like the gameplay. I like the guns.
Okay,
I like the feel, the smoothness, even that new dip thing they added. That's why I compared it to Halo.
Man, so many people was just praising some new tech, something new that they added in there. They've been praising that. That's what I've been hearing from.
The physics behind it makes sense. It's not cheap.
Okay,
it's kind of like when Halo introduced the ground pound. Like I was worried about that. I was like, dude, how's it gonna work perfectly? Or when they did the grapple hook.
Yeah, that in my opinion, I hope they never have a game without that. I love it so much.
It does the great thing of adding something new. But it enhances the gameplay.
It does. Yeah.
So that's what I'll say. I've been playing it nonstop, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm back in my younger age. Unfortunately, I stayed up late one day and paid for it. The next day at work, I was hurting.
Oh, geez.
I'm not young anymore. Because you can't. And that's what I mean. Like it feels like old hat. Like you can't.
Wow.
Like I'm playing it and I'm like, dude, I feel like I've been transported back in time.
Wow.
And it's smooth. For me, living in Hawaii, right? Of course, the connection.
Right.
An issue, but a lot of the games, some games I lag, but I expect that.
Right.
So it exceeded my expectations, and this is just the beta. I can't wait for the full game. Yeah.
I've heard nothing but, other than the ponies, I've heard nothing but incredible things about this latest COD, the beta. So that I'm like, that's the beta. Oh my gosh! When that game comes out, and they done ironed out all the little, little hiccups that they probably had. Man, I gotta say, maybe you guys' favorite, studio in the Activision thing might be Treyarch, man, because this is their work, and they had like
I've always
4 years, I think, for this one. I think they had about 4 years to work on this one. So,
and that's the power of being backed by Microsoft, right? They have that.
Right.
They give the people the time. And again,
I was about to say that, brother, that you can see the difference.
Yes.
Of when you have that money leverage to be able to really go in and keep on polishing and developing the game with that proper financial backing. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to say that.
Also the culture, right? The culture there. So for those of you guys out there who are Xbox and are losing your mind right now, don't do it, dude. All the stuff that you see coming out. I know you guys got to do a little bit more deep dive, nitty gritty, read between the lines. But all of this stuff shows you, man, that Xbox is in a very good spot, especially moving forward. There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Look, like I said, I don't like the indie thing. I'm pretty sure Hebot's on the same page with me. I know Dea talked about the power of exclusives.
Yep.
Right. It is what it is. Phil made a business call. I give him props for that.
He did. Yeah.
It is. Only thing again, Phil, don't lie. Just trust us.
Right. Don't lie. Thank you. Do not lie. Don't do that to me, because that's the reason why I didn't like Sony.
Yeah.
I never thought they was straightforward with us, especially how they've treated their customers in the past. So don't do that, Xbox. Please.
Yes, please. Just come out. Either don't say
I'm sorry. Would you say, can you repeat that, please?
No, I was going to say that's what I meant. What I mentioned in my video, like I said, I think that it was. I don't think he lied. I think it was that at that point in time, That literally was what the messaging was, right? What they were going to do. But then as
No, there's
time
no
went
way.
on,
They knew ahead of that time. There's no way they had just started that sometime after that. There's no way. He knew
the
from the
reason why,
beginning
the,
because there has to be a PlayStation version of Indiana Jones along
Yeah.
with the Xbox. He knew. He lied to us.
yeah, I know, but that's why I'm saying. But what I was trying to say, the reason why I feel it probably was something they changed after the fact was because it's all they do is port it over because the game is already on Unreal 5. Right? So to port it over to a lesser scale hardware, it only takes months. That's why you're not going to see it until uh, the probably June of next year on PlayStation. You know what I mean? Because it don't take long to port it over. That's what Ninja Theory said with Hellblade. If you're doing it and building it on Unreal Engine 5 from one other engine, that it's really quick the process because the Unreal Engine 5 is very developer friendly. You know what I mean? And that's what they've always said. Right? So,
I hear what you're saying, but
you know,
I stand firm on that. I believe Phil did not tell us the full truth. I still stand on that, and
Yeah,
I'm using
half-truth,
his own words. I'm going by because what I was saying, see, it makes me look like a liar because a lot of the things that we were saying in our podcast, I was going off of what he actually said.
Yes.
I wasn't going off of things, I'm not like the ponies and junk and just delusional. I was going off of things that I saw. You don't go more official than Phil.
Yeah.
You just don't.
Mhm.
So if you're using them as the source, who else could you go to? So
Mhm.
I mean, it made us all look. Even Unlimited said that, it made him look like a liar. I mean, that's what I didn't like. Like I said, I like Xbox. I like, but just don't do that. Don't
Yes.
do that.
100%. Yeah. Just come on. Look, we know the people that follow you, Phil. We understand that. Like I talked about in my last video. I know you got milestones that you got to hit. To me, milestones is different from the pressure that a lot of people said you're feeling. All these so-called influencers, the media out there. Well, he's under a lot of pressure. No, he's not. If they were on a lot of pressure, this would be going across the board, and you're not seeing that, right? Again, I talk about the economy a lot on my channel, right? It's because
Right.
there's stuff that changes, and you have to be fluid.
True.
So Phil, just moving forward. I know you guys celebrate a certain part of the month, a certain month, a time of the year. Be fluid, Phil. Why don't you just be fluid, right? Just
Again, like the reason why I said I have my doubts too is because I saw the developers from is it Machine Games? Is that what the ones doing the game?
Yeah.
The developer, it's Machine Games. Right?
Yes, Machine Games.
Yeah, it's Machine Games. Yeah.
And yeah, I saw the actual developer. One of the people that work there, like, oh, we're so great to be able to bring the game to PlayStation as well. Like, bro, first of all, it wasn't Sony who saved you. That's number one.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
You're not, so many people from these developers, they even the developers that work for Xbox probably are dreaming about PlayStation. That's just a reality we got to deal with. I mean, it's come from Bethesda, it's come from now Activision and stuff. It really doesn't. I've learned to accept that they may collect a check from Xbox, they may work for them, but they don't care about some of them. Now, I'm not saying all. But they don't care about the Xbox gamer as much as they do about the PlayStation game, and I've learned to accept that. But
If they have so much obsession, right, with PlayStation, then you should have went to PlayStation to help you make the game. Guarantee you would have never happened.
Look, first off, I'm like, do they see what we see? Because Xbox gamers actually buy games.
Yeah,
it's a reason why Xbox is still here. They wouldn't have been still here if they had the same type of gamers that PlayStation has. That's just a fact. Because Xbox don't have as many casuals. They have more hardcore games, okay? And hardcores is what kept them afloat. That's a hard fact because that's why they don't have as many. Because a lot of the casuals, some Xbox guys, people went over to PlayStation, true. But there are a lot of the casuals went there. They went there when COD left, they left. That's just a fact. And
they released.
They're gonna leave some of
them. They released the data.
I'm sorry,
No, I was trying to add to what you're saying that they released the data for I think it was for this year last year going into this year, that it was 4.6 million copies sold on Xbox, and then on the PS5 was 4.1, and and then on the on the Nintendo Switch, it was like 0.7 or something like that of games being bought. Even though they have the least consoles, they
Right.
still sold more games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because
And people don't want to. They didn't want to hear that. That proves there. And I said it makes sense that you'll have more game sales on a console that has less hardware available out there
right.
because they have Game Pass. Because Game Pass makes people buy more games. Because when you can try a game out, right, with no risk, not having to forcefully buy it day one at $60 or $70, that eliminates the risk factor, and you can make your decisions more thoroughly without having to second guess yourself. You're like, what? You know what? Played this, I tried it, I like it, I'm gonna buy it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I've been trying to tell people. When you play games on Game Pass, it's not for you to just. And I'm not saying that Xbox gamers don't use Game Pass as just, I play the game there and I don't have to buy it, because they do.
No,
They do
no,
do that.
because I do it. I just bought a game that left Game Pass from so yeah, I do it all the time.
Me too. I do the same thing there. Just bought
But at the same time, when you play it on Xbox Game Pass and see, right, that the game is worth your time, then you're not as hesitant to buy it, because you already know for sure 100%, yes, I want to own this game.
Exactly.
Bebop, we're losing you.
Yeah, you're botting like to high heaven. I'm sorry, but I can't even understand you.
Yeah, he bought. Are you there? Yeah, it's your
his
connection, bro.
connection
Oh
is
yeah, he'll come
bad,
back in. Yeah, he'll come back in. So go ahead, Dale. You bought a couple games.
Yeah, I did. Now those games was on PC. They were very cheap, like $11. You know,
that's fine.
very, very cheap games.
Again,
But
Dale,
I bought off of Xbox. I bought
Yes.
Guilty Gear Strive before it left, because I like that game. So I bought all the season passes and everything. I just bought it.
It was like 30-something bucks, right?
Man, no, that thing was close to 100 when I was done with that thing.
Oh no, the sale price I think was like 30.
Oh yeah, for the base game, yes. But I bought all of it. Like I bought all the season passes and everything that came with it. So
I felt bad because I thought I bought Atomic Heart and I didn't.
I know Atomic Heart is actually good.
It's an awesome game.
I played it like I missed it. I must have missed it because I had some times when I got busy and missed a couple of times. Some games was leaving.
That's the problem I'm having. Maybe it's my old age, but a lot of times I'm having problems organizing. I'd probably have to do a spreadsheet if I'm being honest. Keeping track of what I have and what I don't have. And it's cool Microsoft understands that. Yeah. So it's interesting, but you see the things that Microsoft do, they understand what's going on. They understand their consumer, right? Yeah, because if you go to buy something and you have it, it'll tell you no matter what you own it on.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
And the only thing, maybe they have to they refine it on the store because the store might not show it right away. But if you try and purchase it, it'll remind you that you own it.
Right. And I love that because without that, I missed Atomic Heart too. I actually thought the game was good. I had fun with it. I played a lot of it. I didn't get a chance to beat it because I got stuck on this one part. But I had a lot of fun. I like the puzzle solving parts, like how you have to get to certain things and solve that. And I liked the game. I thought it was interesting. And I know some people was upset because it was like a Russian made game. I don't care about that. I don't bring politics in my gaming like that. So I had fun with it.
It's like some of the guys I work with, they were kind of like talking about stuff that was funded by Russia or funded by Russia for them to election influence. And I'm like, bro, everybody tries to influence our election, both enemies and allies.
Yeah, they don't even need that. They doing it outside of that anyway. So like, they need that.
I mean, our own companies try to do that. Dude.
That's
I mean,
true.
Everybody,
Yeah.
They have interest.
They don't even need. They just need to join our government. They'll help.
I know. You really want to be effective? Just open up a shop over here. Yeah, it'll work out. But yeah, so I'm the same like you there. I purchase, and that's what gets me. That's why I know I'm getting old because I'm like, dude, I thought I bought that, and that's what I love the Atomic Heart. I love everything about the game.
Yeah, I did too. It's an underrated game. Not enough people talked about it. Yeah.
Oh, and everybody, because Stalker sucked up all the limelight, and nothing against Stalker too. I'm pretty sure I'll like that when it comes out.
Oh man, Stalker 2. Did you buy the other ones? What's that collection? Did you buy?
Yeah,
those?
I believe I bought it just because I want to play it before it comes out. But
That's why I'm encouraging people. Please do that to see if you like it, because Stalker will be obviously much more modern now because they've come out with those Stalkers like some years ago.
Yes.
So, but Do try that. But if you like a hardcore FPS game where it doesn't hold your hand, okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't do that. So people who like true gameplay, that's true gameplay. It's not going to be press square here and all that stuff. It's not doing that. It's a true um FPS game, and it's got some pretty good themes in there. I think that people will like. It's dystopian if you're okay with those type of stories.
Yes.
Um,
Right up my alley.
and if you like that European feel to the first person shoot, it's a difference between that and the type of games we do here, say in America with that feel. It's like, I don't know, it's grittier. And if
I'll
you're
say
all
this,
right with that,
I like that Europe is coming out with more stuff. I mean,
yeah.
I think we need to get away from all the Asia.
I agree. I think we need more diversity.
Yes, we
And
do.
I don't mean that like, but we just need like,
No,
sometimes you get
100%. I agree.
bored having the same style, go too
Yeah.
long. So yeah, I and Europeans make FPSs just feel and work different. Like their guns sometimes feel like they have a lot of weight to it.
Yes.
And the sounds and everything with it. You'll see when you play Stalker, you'll see like the sounds of them and the way they work and stuff. It's like almost like you're in a war, like wartime guns and so I don't know. It's something different about the way they do their games, I guess, opposed to American games. I
Well,
guess
it's based on their experiences, definitely.
is it
Their,
okay?
yeah, their
Okay,
culture comes through. I mean, Europe has just been ridden with wars for millennia, right? I
okay,
mean,
yeah, that's
this is
true.
why, like for me, I get a little bit upset. In some aspects with Asia, how people don't realize that a lot of countries in Asia are their own. Same thing with Europe, right? Europe, there's differences between the bloc countries, the Norwegian countries, right?
Oh, okay.
In the sense of, what I mean by like they have their own culture, their own influences, and so what I see in their games is that they borrow heavily. So for me as a gamer, it is like a new experience. You know what I'm saying? An
Right.
experience that I would like to be caught up in as far as the world building, the story,
Yes,
all of
yeah.
that stuff. And I still love Asian games from Asia. I'm all into that as well,
Yeah, same.
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good to have variety, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I like it, and I think a lot of people I've really been happy that Stalker is coming to the Xbox and
Yeah,
to the Xbox gamers, and I really hope they enjoy the game because on the PC side we've enjoyed it, and I'm just glad that we get to see a game that we've enjoyed come to the console side. That doesn't always happen. It happens both ways, but not as much, right? So I'm just glad that the console gamers are getting to enjoy Stalker. It's been a good series, and I think they'll fall in love with the game. I do.
yeah, 100%. Like Liza P, games like that.
Liza P. Yep, yep. You know what? I am. I mean, I'm thinking about getting Liza P. And I don't even like games like that, but I enjoyed that one. That's funny because I didn't
No,
think I would. But Game Pass, you never know. You never know what kind of games you'll end up liking.
yeah, I'm playing Expeditions Mud Runner game
Oh yeah, yeah.
because it
It
has
was.
more of a sim feel to it.
I
I
heard
tried
that.
playing.
I heard that was pretty good. I
Well, I
was.
like the Mud Runner series, but for some reason now, when I play certain games, if there's any type of game that has some kind of physics in it, where you gotta, because you drive.
Yeah, yeah. It has physics in it. That's true.
Yeah, so sometimes it doesn't hit for me, especially like I'll get nauseous.
Okay. Okay.
Like I don't know why I'm having this problem. I mean, I kind of do because I've had bouts of for the last 10 years. I've had bouts of vertigo for some reason.
Oh, vertigo. Yeah, yeah. I developed that too. And I don't I went to a neurologist and everything. They couldn't figure out why.
Yeah, same thing with me. They're like, well, just take this medication.
They just give you the medication for it. Yep, that's it. Yeah, they didn't bother to tell me what's causing it. So sometimes it comes and I don't really
Yeah,
know. I know sometimes though, if I look down from high, if I move too fast or if I look down, I have to look down. I don't know why. It's certain triggers that
yeah,
I
it's like
have with it.
your equilibrium.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. And after that, you just feel light and like you're gonna fall or something. Like you just can't walk or something. It's weird. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. And what I think the worst episode I ever had one time I felt like I was spinning, like falling in air,
mm,
like falling down. I felt like I was falling and spinning. I was just on the sofa just dying. I was
yeah,
like, what is going on with me? It was terrible. It was terrible. I hate it. So I know what you're going through.
yeah, and so I know like I'll play as much COD as I can because once I lose COD, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
because I
Okay.
can't play this. The reason why I don't play Doom is people tell me like, you don't like Doom. It's like it's not that I don't like Doom.
It's
I
the
can't play.
vertigo.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the vertical. I can't play any Doom, Unreal Tournament, and I've been like that for a long time. Like even when I was younger, Unreal
Oh.
Tournament can never play it.
Yeah, Unreal is those some fast-paced games too.
Yeah,
So yeah.
and my head would be like my eyes. I'd be like close my eyes. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done. I don't know how fast. But I do have there was a kind of schedule to this podcast. Let me go back and look at my channel what I wrote.
Okay.
And we kind of talked about, man. I just think again, if you're an Xbox person, dude, don't believe all the hype. Don't watch Destin Legary. Stop listening. Why
Yes,
people listen to Colin Moriarty is beyond me.
yeah.
There's just a lot of people you should not be paying attention to, man. Just play your games.
Yeah.
Like Unlimited's been saying all these, these last couple years. He had to unplug and just plays his game. And if you do that, just like he's looking at homes right now, right? He comes
Right.
back, nothing's changed. The same people that hate Xbox still hate it. The same people that like
Exactly.
Xbox still like it. Right?
Exactly.
News isn't any different. It's just a different game, right? Instead of like how the narrative was platformers don't count. Now all of a sudden platformers do count. You guys know the drill.
Right. Right.
You're not missing out on anything. Is my point. So just continue, man, to just enjoy the games that you enjoy to play and the system in which you play. Because I'm telling you, Xbox is just killing it right now. The more I see of what's coming out there, it also helps that COD came out and I've been playing COD and I was like, yeah, okay, this is I kind of forgot, right? This is what
Yeah.
it is, right? They don't care. They'll
Yeah.
sell it to you if you're on PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
Because,
That's the only way they can play. We have options here. Yeah.
because whether you drop PlayStation and come over to Xbox, whether you stay on PlayStation and play it, whether you play it on Steam, maybe you bought a new PC.
Right.
As Faded Blaze, yeah, he said he's gonna join the panel when he gets his PC.
Oh, Faded Blaze. You know what? I hope I'm here when that happens. Faded
Yeah,
Blaze. I hope I'm here because I would love to hear what you have to say. And I think everybody in our chat is so smart. And so I would love to hear, maybe you can have like different guests from the chat.
the door's always open. I tell you guys that when you guys feel comfortable about coming on, it doesn't matter who. Dude, we have Zobi on here.
Oh
So
yeah, if you can have Zobi, you can have anybody.
the sky's the limit. I don't care about your politics. I don't care about your gaming because it's about Xbox.
Right, right.
And I'm the type of if you guys don't notice about me, I'm the type of person I'm confident in what I know. I'm not saying I know everything, and I realize that about myself. But the stuff that I know, I'm confident in it. So I know me and Dale, we're Christians, right? That's kind of like a staple of being a Christian.
Yep.
You got to know what you do. You got to know what you know.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
The world around you will constantly change. Everything changes. So you got to stay steadfast, right? That's how I am with Xbox. That's just the way I've been my entire life with a lot of things. But look, open mic, you can speak your piece. Even if it's offensive to me, which most stuff is not, right? Most of my anger there that comes out is not even with that. My anger comes from hypocrisy, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't like hypocrisy either. It's like almost like they're trying to deceive you into thinking something that they don't believe themselves. I don't like it. I just don't like that. It's a bad trait.
And I'm 100% with you on Phil. It's the whole truth or nothing at all.
Yes, thank you. That I draw the line with that. I don't want to be lied to.
A piece of it, a half truth, all that stuff. It doesn't matter. And like you said, now we have to suffer, right? Because we took him at his word. Because like
we
you said,
did. Me, you, Unlimited. How many? Probably he bought too. Everybody did because we were going from the source. That's the horse's mouth. You don't go higher than Phil.
Yeah. So I do implore Phil. Just Phil. What you're doing is like whether we like it or not. What you're doing moving forward, I understand, right? Like I loved how you addressed indie. Like I love the interview because they touched on it, but they didn't hover over it. They just kind of moved on to it, and that sets a tone, right? Maybe he's hanging out with Matt Booty. I don't know, but it sets a tone for them, and I know that kind of goes the way Phil against what Phil kind of is.
Right.
But we understand you, Phil. We understand. Just don't lie to us, please. Just trust us. Trust your fan base. Trust.
Quite honestly, I always thought Indiana Jones was going to be multi-plat until he said something. Yes. Because I was like, well, that's not their IP. It's a Disney IP. It's universally loved and stuff. So I always thought it was until he said something. I didn't change my attitude on that until he spoke on that. Yeah. So that's the only reason why I thought it was going to be an exclusive. So I honestly think this, though, if Xbox wants to go full third party, then just come out and say it and we'll accept that and we'll know that Everything is going over there. I don't think that's wise with certain IP. I would stand by that. I don't think they should do that with Halo and stuff. And there's certain IP I don't think they should do that with. But I'm not running the place, you know. But if they're gonna do that, then I think they should just come out, rip that band-aid off, tell everybody that's what you're doing. Or if the strategy is that they're gonna just have everything timed exclusive, then come out and say it, and then let that be it. Let the rest of the pony bots flip out and and defect and all that stuff, and then we can just settle it. And I
I
think
agree
that's
with
the
you.
end of it.
I agree with you with Indiana Jones. I said earlier in the podcast
Hmm.
that I think one of the reasons why they might have changed their mind is probably because they're going to make it a brand for them, a franchise, in the sense of do stuff mobilely, like they do with Gears. Like they tried, they touched on with Gears a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
kind of like doing it, going down that route.
Oh,
Merchandise.
you think they're gonna do that? Oh, I didn't even think about
It
that.
depends on how well the game does, right? And right now, that's the hard part. That's the hard part because you see a lot of franchises failing left and right for various reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, with the way the reception that indie got, maybe that's why like, and I'm not disagreeing with my brother Hiva. I understand what you're saying, brother. Maybe that's why Phil had a change of heart. Maybe that's why Phil was looking at it, or when he's talking with the. I don't think it's like all this stuff these influencers and all the people that actually hate Xbox talk about. Like it's all just turmoil and stuff like that. No, dude, it's a business.
It's a
And if you
business,
guys look,
right?
I work for the biggest entity in the United States, and this is how things work, right? You're gonna
Right.
have people, you're gonna have discussions, which can have disagreements where somebody has a different perspective. That's just the way business is, right?
Hmm.
So for me, it's kind of like I think what they'll do is if Indie is as successful as they think it is, because the trailer did get a lot of buzz across the board.
It did. I'm telling you, it's even people who don't game who
Yes,
said they was going to that
100%.
at that time. See, this is how Xbox shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Had they just held that information back a little bit longer, that they
Yes.
were going to
Yes.
PlayStation, it was people talking about buying the Xbox to play Indiana Jones.
Yes. Like you're doing with Blade. Like you guys
Yes,
doing with Blade.
yes.
You should have held
Now
that
we
on.
know for certain that's going to be a multiplayer, but at least however long these people are going to have to wait, hold that. And then the slap in the face to the Xbox gamer that they finally get the date. And then after that, the one more thing is that it's PlayStation gets it. You think that's what we wanted to hear? When
Yeah.
these games are still being held off of the Xbox?
On Jeff Keighley's broadcast.
Yes.
That
He
was
was
really the knife in the
he
back.
was gleeful to do that, you
Yes,
know.
it was.
And so that was a slap in the face. And I think it was how they handled that and the fact that Phil had said the complete opposite before. Trust me, that was a bad day. It
That
was.
was
It was a
very
bad
bad.
day for me because I was
Oh,
very disappointed.
yeah, it was a bad day across the board. That shot, all the stuff that it's funny, all the stuff that they've been building up all year. That one thing just killed everything. I
It
don't care what
did. It
it is.
killed everything. The
It killed
momentum
everything.
just stopped. And then after that, even people who still rock with Xbox is still kind of, I think they're hesitant and I think they just don't know. Right now, so much uncertainty with Xbox, they don't know what to think. And I think that is fair. It's
Yeah,
fair
it's fair. It's very
because
100%. Yeah.
they can say something one time and then change their mind down the road. So that's why I think we need certainty. Like I said, if you're going to go all third party, or if you're going to do, if you're going to do that, or if you're going to do like the time exclusive route, just tell us and then let it be it. You don't have
Yeah.
to talk about it no more. Everybody will understand where you stand. Because financially, I get it. But I don't like how it's been handled. I'm gonna be honest, this trickling out of it, and I just think you should just be honest with the people.
Yeah. Now I could understand if you guys don't know because you are plotting, so that's why I'm going that route
Uh
with
huh.
indie. Like if it is successful, like you said, there's guys like you said, yeah. I watch a lot of the pop culture stuff, and
Right.
these dudes were talking about it, and they rarely talk about games.
Yes,
That's
Indiana
the impact.
Jones, man.
That's the impact because they're connected to the movies and the
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
A lot of them are not happy with the latest movie that came out. They see this trailer and they're like, "That's what
That-
indie should be."
They said that's their sequel.
Yeah, that's their sequel. Yeah.
Yes, they're treating that like what the movie should have been.
Yes. And so if you can get that buzz, if that builds on, then you can take. So maybe that's why. Well, anyway, well, so I could see them going from that and be like, okay, look, we can do a series like with Fallout. We can work with who owns it, Disney, right?
Disney, yeah.
Yeah, so we can start branching out because I want to see them do that. The Xbox One that we're supposed to get in 2013, that all-in-one box, you see them coming back to that right now. This is why I
It
don't.
is full
Yeah,
circle. You're right. You're
it
right
is.
with that. And
So that's why
by
I
the
don't.
way, PlayStation is also going that route.
Yeah, PlayStation's gonna fail. I'm sorry.
You-
Yeah, because they it's sad because PlayStation kind of started off like that.
They
Back in
did,
the day,
yeah.
all my stuff on the PlayStation when I had a PlayStation, I used it more. If I'm being perfectly honest, I gamed on it. But once the 3 generation started, it was mostly my digital feed.
It was, yeah, for other. It's like a movie center. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And then every once in a while, you find a game like, oh, this game's cool, I'll play it.
Yeah, yep.
Beat that game and then go back to watching movies,
Yep,
downloading the stuff for their backgrounds.
yep.
I was like a big PlayStation home. I was all in that. And so when Xbox decided to do it, and I was a multi-console owner at the time. Sega was gone, so my love was destroyed.
Right.
So I just moved forward with that. And I think this is what Phil needs to understand. Phil, you have to understand this about your fan base with Xbox. A lot of the guys that are on the Xbox sides come from that generation. I understand you're trying to appeal to the younger generation. Like my daughter is a perfect example. So great job getting Genshin Impact. My
Oh
daughter's
yeah, congratulations to Xbox. Very big get on that one. Yeah.
Sarah Bond 2024. That's all I want to say.
Yes, yes.
That's-
And you know what? They're knocking it out of the park, like with the Valorant and
Yeah.
Genshin Impact and stuff. It's just amazing what they're.
I mean, honestly, how can you tell Sarah no? I'm just gonna be honest. She shows up at your company, right?
Yeah.
And then she's just her personality, her knowledge, her background.
Yeah, she's actually. I mean, the way the PlayStation guys, I won't ever forget that because it offended me, and I don't get offended easily. But the way they was putting her down, or like she's a woman, and like she's just a token, or something. And I'm like, you just dismissing this woman's accomplishments like this and that. That was very surprising to me because normally I don't see a lot of sexism in that a developer is a developer or something like that, but that's the one time I saw in years. I used to see it way back, but it's been a long time since I seen it until Sarah Bond was attacked that way.
You know what? Yeah, I want to be honest with you, because I looked at the people who was criticizing her, and I loved every minute of it because I knew she was a threat. I knew she was the real deal. You can tell by a person by your enemies. So a lot of
Okay.
people had her name in her mouth, and you look at these people and you're like, dude, you don't have any idea what you're talking about. You rep a certain brand, you think a certain way. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I looked at Sarah, and I'm like, she's the real deal, and they know she's the real deal. That's how sometimes you can know about your brand, about the people that represent Xbox by the people that hate them.
Okay.
One
Okay.
hundred
Yeah.
percent. I looked at that and I'm like, no, dude. And then I already did like me and you. We do. It's like Unlimited. Dude, we do our background. We just don't, look at
Yeah.
every single person.
It's founded in something. Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is an educated woman. And not only that she has the bona fides of being educated, dude. She has the personality. And
Highly
that's the
educated.
biggest. Yes.
Has a lot of history in the cloud market.
Yes.
Although it was in mobile, but that's where she has her strengths at, and she's an incredible negotiator.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
how she gets a lot of those. She got a lot of those Gamepass deals and different things like that. She's an excellent negotiator.
She's a consummate salesman.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And that's what I mean. When she shows up at your doorstep, dude. I mean, to win over Japan,
I know. I'm even surprised by. Yeah, yeah.
she's that person that you don't want to run to in the mall. When they have those little vendors in the middle of the mall, you try and avoid them,
Yeah.
right? Because she's that
Yeah.
one salesperson that
Because
you
you
do walk
know,
away with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But on top of that, she's her knowledge base, everything. So I reveled in it just for the simple fact that, like, dude, you guys can say whatever you want to say. You guys are gonna be eating crow every single time. Just she hits it out of the park,
Right.
and which she's been doing. And then every time we have an event, every time there's an announcement, every time Xbox Wire drops an article, it's her. They should just name it Sarah Bond, Sarah Bond, Sarah Bond,
Yep.
Sarah Bond, Sarah Bond, Sarah Bond. Sarah Bond Showcase, Sarah Bond News, because it's her. Everything they bring to the table, it's on her. She has a team. Like I look, I'm not. I know Sarah will be the first person.
Yeah,
like,
she has to because she's heading all of Xbox plus the hardware division, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot for one person. So
Yeah, I even loved her interview because people was bad mouthing about the interview, and she was in a no-win situation, and she better than me because I would have told everybody to just fly.
yeah, she got to be very professional and stuff. She can't just. I know how she felt. She probably felt that way, but
But it felt like she was hurt too. That's what I got from her. was
yeah,
this,
yeah.
she was hurting like the rest of us. And so, but she's the type of person. Like the next day, I'm pretty sure she bounced back. She's the kind of person like I'm like, look, I'll complain, I'll yell and stuff like that. And says, okay, well maybe that doesn't work for you. Let's try this. She's that. She has that power. And there's people that were associated that I follow on with Xbox when the transition was going on with the AKB
okay.
that still follow her and they still
Oh,
communicate on X.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so she's the real deal. I have no. The only thing is when is she gonna take over? Is the only thing I'm looking for.
Yeah, that is. I think she's going to be the next person after Phil goes.
Yeah, then we go back to these guys. We just go back to guys. Hey, how's that working out for you?
Yeah, she's just a token higher now.
Yeah,
Like
you
that was
sexist
so
piece of
offensive.
trash. You
That
sexist.
was
You
so
gotta do it with a
offensive.
Stone Cold boy. You sexist piece of trash. You know? Because look, dude, but at the end of the day, this is why I'm on the DEI stuff. I also implore Microsoft just to be honest in that as well. At the end of the day, we understand you're Microsoft and you need people to run the business that have the bona fides, right?
Right.
Right. And sometimes you're gonna have to make sacrifices in those areas because not everybody can be all in one. And Sarah Bonds is
That's
a perfect
true.
example. She's
That's
all in
true.
one. And
Yeah.
those kind of people are rare. They're very rare, right? So I mean, and then there's times like she's not gonna be perfect, right?
Right. She's gonna make mistakes. Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't need perfect. You need somebody like her that's gonna be like pick herself up and then just go move on to the next thing.
Right. Exactly.
If
Exactly.
China opens up on a level that I feel it can when it comes to Xbox, it'll all be on her.
Oh, okay.
It'll all be on her. She's doing it now. A
Hmm.
lot of people mistake Genshin Impact is not Japanese.
Oh,
Genshin Impact they're Chinese. The Honoka or Holo whatever, they're Chinese.
what? I
Chinese
thought
developers.
I thought that was Japanese.
No.
Wow.
So what it is they're hardcore weeaboos, man. They love anime, and it's
Oh.
that's why you can't. That's why a lot of people like it because it has that affinity for being an anime.
My
So
God, they must have studied the Japanese because it feels very Japanese to me.
they're like how like I'm a Marvel fan that'll sit here and talk about like the good old days of you know
Right.
comic books and stuff like
Back
that.
in the day with the comic
Yeah.
books. Yeah. Yeah.
But they're hardcore into anime and Japanese pop culture. So
I
that's
did
why
not know that.
yeah,
Wow.
that's why they don't skip a beat. So
Yeah, I gotta say they did a good job. They fooled me. I didn't know.
oh,
I
so
didn't even
because I
know
hear a
that.
lot of people say, "Oh, Sarah's working her magic in Japan." It's like, oh no, she's working her magic in China. She's also working her magic in South Korea.
I hope I've been look. I know we haven't had an acquisition talk in a while. And by the way, I wanted to say this.
Yes,
I 100% agree with you that I think EA is going to be targeted by Xbox at some point.
they should just go ahead and buy them
They
already.
should buy them. They need to have sports.
Yeah,
I
why
agree with
why
you
they have not done?
100%.
Like you said earlier, there, like you said earlier with my boy Satya. Yeah, I don't hate Satya. I love Satya. Right, our boy, or like you said with Satya, when he said 500 million MAUs.
Yeah.
That's what, and the biggest MAUs you got to do. I said this for years now. You have to get EA.
You
You have
got
to
the
get EA.
EA. I agree with you. Ever since you said that, we was in a podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody was naming everything else, but when you said that, that stuck with me, and I thought about that. I'm not lying. Weeks after we talked about that,
Yeah.
and I kept running things in my head, and I said, I think Sega Forever is on to something. He's right about this EA purchase. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I think they should do it.
I
EA
think I
should
think
be in there.
I think Microsoft and Xbox want to do it. I don't know if EA wants to do it. They're still on the fence.
They might be. They might
Yeah,
have to wait
because
on that one, just like they kind of need to wait on Steam until Gabe's ready.
yeah, yeah. That's why I mean, to me, it's like that's why people get mad at me, but they say, "Oh yeah, we need a handheld." I said, "We have a handheld."
That's true. If they get when you asked me that question about could I see
Yeah,
Xbox buying Steam, and I thought you made me think, and I was like, honestly, yes, I could. I couldn't see any con in that at all.
for all the stuff I talk about with the third party stuff, look, I'll check. So I don't be a hypocrite. I'll check myself. Right. Look, it is what it is, guys. I mean, they do the third party stuff, and the way Microsoft does it, they let these guys be autonomous. And
Yeah, they do. They
and
do.
Steam it wouldn't be Microsoft Steam or Xbox Steam.
No,
It
it
would
would
just be
just be Steam, a subsidiary of Microsoft, basically. That's
yeah,
kind of how Activision is being
yes,
ran and all that.
yes.
So that's how they would be, and that's how it seems like Microsoft prefers. They don't want to hold anybody's hand. They want you
Yes,
to do what you do.
yeah, we both know. Please, Microsoft, don't.
Yeah, please, yeah.
They-
They managing their own stuff with the Xbox Game Studio stuff. They don't need extra stuff on top of that. Just buy the publishers, let them take care.
well,
They
I
do
mean,
have to do some managing, like they had to with ZeniMax and stuff.
very
But
little.
yeah, very not much.
Steam is Steam. In fact, you guys should learn from Steam. Instead of like, I don't want too many hands in the cookie jar. I don't want too many chefs in the kitchen.
Exactly. Exactly.
You if you do, go ahead and do it. Just let them be them. In fact, you learn from them because from what I hear from a lot of people that do Microsoft PC gaming, you need the help.
It's not good. It's so much better on the console. Look, this is from my
Yeah.
own personal experience, and I love PC gaming
Yes.
and stuff, but it's so much better on the console when it comes to Xbox. They got that on lock. It's by far my favorite experience on console ever is on Xbox, but I want that same experience on the PC side of it because Steam is outdoing them there. And that I want them to do that in the Xbox side. That's what I want. I want them to be, yeah, they got to learn some things from Steam, in my opinion, there. But
Yeah,
that
the first
console,
thing.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they're incredible on the console.
Yeah, and they can keep on doing that. But if that Steam deal goes through, just you give all your stuff PC, you give it to them,
Yeah,
and let them do
just
it.
put, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
and when they
It's
want to put your
already
stuff on
there.
console, then you come over and then you guys take care of that. You
That's
don't
it.
need to
And
mess
then
that up.
take over the hardware, you know. Now Xbox is good with hardware. They're good with hardware.
Yeah.
I think they're good with that and making sure the software work. They're good with that. So, you know, if they want to, you know, add something or do something maybe slightly different or something, that's
Yeah,
fine, you know. But yeah, just let the way Steam is run, just let that stay as is. They do a pretty good job over there. So
100%. It's just like having you here, Dea. You know, I know we're console specific, but it's great having because you're the PC person, right?
yeah, and both really. You know, I love the console side too. Like I
Yeah.
said, Xbox console experience is in my opinion the very top. It's
Anytime I
great.
have a question, I'll be just like, well, we'll defer to Dea. That's what
Thank you.
Microsoft should do. I understand you get the money, right? But don't be like Disney Marvel. Don't be like WB executive.
Yes,
Where you're
please
like,
don't
oh,
do
I
that.
think we can
Yeah.
build a better mousetrap. Look, bro, you the money person. Handle those decimal points,
Yeah. Yeah.
fractions, and percentages. Work on that spreadsheet. Let the creatives cook. Let the
That's
creatives
right.
be creative, right? And I
That's
think that's
right.
why Gabe has softened his stance towards Microsoft because number one, they don't got all those pricks that they used to have in Microsoft.
Yeah, they all left. You know, people are talking about something that happened many years, decades ago. You know,
I still work with
Microsoft.
these guys. Yeah, these guys are like, I mean, they should be retiring soon. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But they have a bone to pick. They have with something that Windows did back in like
A
the 90s.
long time ago.
No,
Yeah.
I'm like,
So yeah, like geez, you know, that's
I'm like,
not the
let it
same
go, brother.
company anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, frozen song. Let it go. Let it go. But you guys, but they hanging on. They hang on to it, and I
Yeah.
understand for good reason, right? Because
Yeah.
it was something of that it was different back then.
It was, and I mean, Microsoft is not a perfect company even now, but at the same time, I think you need to look at them for what they are today, and not they shouldn't be held to a standard that happened before a lot of these people even worked for this company. It's
Yeah,
just not fair, you know.
100% agree. But that like even if you do EA, look, you guys know how much I love SIG, and I'll even put these guys above
I
that
I,
because it is
I
about
do
the console.
too, but I think EA's you was right
Yeah,
about that. I couldn't find flaw with that. EA's a really that's the in my opinion. If you ask me next route, that's who they should go for.
because again, if Satya is talking about the MAUs, imagine if they have that. Yeah, FIFA.
Man, if they have that,
Yeah,
oh
man.
my goodness.
The NBA is starting to get a resurgence off of
Yep,
WNBA,
yep,
which is unheard of, right? Everybody's. But I've been watching the games. I've been like blown away by I kick myself in the ass because I'm like I should have been watching this years ago
yep,
because the
yep.
talent level. I missed out on a lot of good basketball
Right, right,
because I didn't watch it, and it is what it is because they got some stuff they got to grow. But at the end of the day, if you want engagement, right, this is why I love when they talk about look when we have certain games, right, these have active players all
right,
the time.
right,
This is what it actively, which is probably more. I'll just put that out there. This is my personal opinion. It's probably more than the number they're giving you, but when they have to give you the number, they want to be like at one time, right? Like this is
okay,
the
okay,
average, right? Like
yeah,
they could have 50, they could have a little bit less, but the main thing that you guys, if you guys are Xbox, just remember that we're moving forward, even though it's slower now. And again, man, I keep on harping on it, dude. People just don't have the money to go out and buy stuff like they would normally.
right, right,
It's just
yeah,
the reality of it. Wherever you are, look, our boy was looking for a house. He bought's been happy living where he's been all this time, but now he has to, go out and get a house.
yeah, so yeah, yeah. And you
Thank
know
God I
what? I
made it
think
for
he's
a
going
house.
to have a great man cave. I have a feeling
I hope so.
he's going to have all his toys on display and all that. I got this vision that he's probably going to do all of that.
I hope so. I mean, when I'm looking at that house, there's so much
Oh
potential.
my gosh, yeah, that's a nice home. I'm like, wow,
It's crazy.
yeah,
Oh, let me read Google's real fast. Google poll. Gotcha games are huge, huge genre in Asia. It's one step away from just gambling. Yeah, 100%, 100%. And Microsoft can manage that. Google, they can. That's one of the things they'll probably have to manage. But I mean, when you have Game Pass, it's like my daughter's happy because you get everything.
yeah. It's like a one-stop shop. That's what it's becoming. Like you
That's
just
what they
get
need to be.
everything there, you know?
I don't know why, but I hope. And I look, dude, I'm not an expert, guys. It's just my opinion. You can disagree with me if you want to. But like the whole thing with the EA thing, one of the thing I predicated it on, I put COD in this level, is
Uh-huh.
why don't we have an actual live service in Game Pass, a storefront, right? Where all of
Oh
this
yeah, yeah,
its
yeah,
own
yeah,
universe.
yeah.
Like why aren't we having that? These games are that big enough, and that's the direction they're moving to anyway, to where like everything's connected. And I'm not saying you have to participate, but it'll make it a lot easier to navigate
Right,
a lot
right.
of this stuff, man. I'm just because a lot of the people you're going for are very genre specific, and they're also very common, right? They're
Yeah.
not they don't want to do the deep dive.
Right, right.
Their
Yeah.
answer for everything is a 2 to 5 minute YouTube video.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
it's
what I'm
true.
saying? So, like to me, they was like that's something they talked about way back in the day, was storefronts. Back in 2013 with the Xbox One, that's when they were looking at the digital landscape.
Are
And
they
so,
they working on that now? Because I mean, I
I
don't
don't,
know.
I don't know. I gave up hope when they took away the snapping feature. Remember when we could snap the feature up in the corner? Once that gone, I was just like, I'm done. I'm just, I,
Yeah. You
it
know
was
how Microsoft is. It's like they'll try something and then they get you liking it and then they'll take it away from you. They
that's why
always seem to do that.
don't you get these. I agree with you on COD, like Bethesda. I think you need to be a little bit more. They need to realize that they're Xbox. Okay, it is what it is.
Right,
But at the
right.
end of the day, I would rather them be like this than Microsoft doing that, because Microsoft is infamous for this stuff where they'll come in and then they'll sorry, there's a helicopter flying
Yeah,
over.
they're just pulling. I'm like, what are you doing? That is
I
true.
live on technically I live on federal land, and so every time the military flies over, they fly over this area,
Oh, okay.
because in Honolulu is just like right down the road, the main of Honolulu and Waikiki.
Oh,
So
okay.
so the public has a lot of problems with um, people flying over like that. Right?
Flying over, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is a congested area. I mean, so I mean, if something goes wrong, there's really no place to land. You're gonna probably hurt people. So I do
Oh,
understand that. So
okay,
if you
okay.
do it on federal land, you know what's gonna happen.
Oh,
Right?
wow. Okay. That's
That's how they
scary
treat
thought.
us. That's how they treat my peoples. Uh, but yeah, just at some point, yeah, I just don't want them, and that's why I like Phil. That's why I like Sarah. That's why I like Nat. Right? I'm just like, don't lose these guys. Keep them in. Sarah will continue the process when she takes over, and then people under her will come up, because I want to see that. I don't want them putting their hands in the stew. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
You know, when
exactly.
you're not looking at one relative at Thanksgiving, when you're not looking, they try to throw brown sugar into the soy chicken. I'm like, no, look, dude, just get out the kitchen. Don't touch my stuff. You know,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing I worry about. But I think like look again, Steam. What's his name? Uh,
Gabe.
Gabe. I mean, he's softened
Gabe
on him.
Newell.
I think you trust him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We don't do
and
that as much. So
that's saying something because trust
yeah,
me, it's not easy to get that from him. But yeah, it's what they said at that court, I was shocked. I think everybody was. They all just assumed that this old relationship was still going on with Gabe and Microsoft, but that's not the case anymore. So
I mean, I know I've seen in print where he's talked about stuff, but he
yeah.
wasn't vitriolic. I mean, yeah,
No, he can have some disagreements, but how his sentiment to the company, the way he viewed the company, was shocking even to me.
yeah.
So I was like, you know what? If he was going to sell to anybody in this industry, he wouldn't pick Sony over Microsoft. He wouldn't pick Nintendo over Microsoft. He would go to Microsoft.
I mean, and I would like for him to just. I mean, he can retire, but I mean, just stay on.
He could, yeah, he could stay on just fine. Yeah, like just have if they have to, if he just like wants to hand the company over to somebody, he could do that, and then they could just run themselves, and Microsoft just owns them.
Yeah.
That's it.
And give him complete. Like, look, dude,
Yeah,
we don't need.
let him run that division like I don't know the lady's name, but the lady they put there over Activision, the fact they got Matt Booty, over they
Oh, yeah,
got people over different stuff now, so he could just have him over that. That no problem. He can just run it as he always has been.
yeah, because I mean, I don't want Microsoft to look. At the end of the day, right? I mean, we've seen it. We're just being honest. Like I said, we keep it 100 on the podcast. Microsoft touches stuff, it turns to trash.
Yeah,
You don't need to do that. It's already
yeah,
built in, and I
yeah,
understand. I think they understand that.
yeah.
And I think that would work out great for him, honestly. So Gogo Post says also gotcha in West 2, but not as big. I know with the younger generation, like I said, my daughter Gogo, she plays it. All her friends play it. I
Mhm.
mean, because what it is, it's just like Overwatch. They're just not playing a game. They're playing the characters. They're playing the world.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why that stuff that's why they're able to sell so many Funko Pops. You're selling a product. That's what I think Microsoft is learning from a lot of the Asian companies, and not the Asian companies per se, but the way that their stuff sells to their
Oh, okay.
fans.
Okay, yeah.
So you take a game like indie, you go multi-custom. Again, Phil, don't lie. you
Yeah,
take
yeah.
you take a game, you put it multi-platform with the intent of expanding it on a level where it's its own universe,
Right.
where you can make these side deals, where you can go to Amazon and say, hey, we can win. Can we work on an indie? Because it worked out great for Fallout. The
It
amount of
did
people that started
actually.
playing
Yeah.
Fallout again, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
After the show
Yeah.
was amazing. The show was awesome. My
It
daughter
is
loved
very good. I think it's got nominated for 13 Emmys or something like that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I mean, you can tell it was solid. Same thing
Mhm.
with Halo. I mean, I have my qualms with the Halo show, but it's a great show.
The Halo show is nowhere near as bad as people was made. Look,
Yeah.
is it the way I want it to be? Not 100%, but after I accepted certain things, man, I actually enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun with the Halo show. I hope it comes back, but if not, then they can just reboot it.
What I do
You
with
know?
Halo is like I was expecting a certain thing. It's not what I got.
Mhm.
But then I put on like a lot of us are we're not only we were gamers, but we're also pop culture game
Yes,
followers.
I was heavily into the movies and stuff. That's how I knew who John Campea was.
Yes, yeah. And
That's
then
what.
like the guy who played Halo. I mean, I love him. I love him as an
Oh
actor.
yeah, he actually did. You know, that's another thing he didn't get a lot of credit for. He actually did it very well.
Yeah.
The guy who plays him, you know, I
Yeah.
don't know his name. I can't think of. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
There
But
was not there was not the like my gripe for it was like in the world building, right?
right, right.
Like one thing that took me out of it is when they do the world, it didn't have for me personally. If 100 was on here, I know we'd be getting into it. But for me personally, right, it didn't have the gravitas and the size of a big
Yeah,
galactic.
I think Halo, in my opinion, needs to be like like it needs to be treated almost like a movie because it's
Yes,
too big. It's too big to
it's
kind of
grand.
squeeze
Yeah,
into a show. And we got let's take a look at the chat real. We
yeah,
got
yeah.
Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Thank you for joining us. He said, "What's up, Xbox? Hello. Thank you for joining
Yes,
us."
yeah. Hey, what's up, Daniel?
I don't
Man,
think
our girl's been on fire. Our girl's been on fire since the Olympic break. But man, I'm telling you, I told you guys this months ago. The only matchup I don't like with the Fever is Minnesota, and they've dropped 2 against them off of that break. Man, Minnesota is it's just hard for the Indiana Fever to compete with Minnesota. Minnesota is very consistent. They're strong. This is why the coach hates Caitlin Clark. I don't care what anybody says. She does not like Caitlin Clark, and one of the reasons she doesn't like Caitlin Clark is because she knows her team's the better team. Hopefully, Indiana will get there before the playoffs, man. But if they meet, look, and Indiana's a great team. I love Indiana, and I love Caitlin Clark, and their team is on fire. They're clicking. They're everything people expected them from the beginning of the season, which was a little bit too high. That high expectations. Caitlin, they're doing it now, but still, they're gonna run it. There's look, dude, you can have like Caitlin Clark, you can have all the thing going on in the world. I'm telling you, when it comes to sports, yeah, I know you can back me up on this. When it comes to sports, there's just some teams you do not match up well against,
that's true.
regardless of
No matter how good the team is, it
no
doesn't
matter
matter.
how good. And
Yeah.
Minnesota is their Achilles heel. And I pray to God that they don't run into Minnesota, or they need to figure Minnesota out.
Yeah, and that's gonna be harder. But yeah, they could. They definitely because the answer might be, you know, getting certain people or something like that. I don't know. It depends on what the issues are, but
Well,
yeah,
that's the hard part there, right? They've been clicking, and the people are stepping up. It's just that when they go against Minnesota, that's not enough.
that's that you know, it's been like that with sports teams that I've watched in the past. It's always that certain team that
Yeah.
no matter what happens, they struggle with that one team.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. It's universal because it's always happened that way.
Well, sometimes it could be psychologically, but I know that the Fever were hyped, man. They were hyped, and they played amazing. To me, like they dominated that game, but it's just in those streaks that they couldn't stop. And I know defense is one of the issues because because one of the things I don't like about the WNBA is I haven't been able to watch the games I want to watch, but it forced me to watch the games that I mean I enjoy watching basketball no matter what, but I was watching
Right.
other games, so I got a more little first watching all the other teams, and Minnesota is that one team. I would say like their power ranking and their overall play. I mean, you can go on streaks against them, but it's hard to put them away.
Okay.
I mean, Indiana can do that with a lot of teams. I'll even go as high as Vegas, because Vegas is one of the top, or supposedly one of the top teams.
Right.
Phoenix have dropped down, but I mean, when you're going to play Connecticut, New York, and Minnesota, you can't. Minnesota, they're going to have to figure out what to do because the game plan they have is working for Indiana. But if you run into Minnesota in the playoffs, dude, and maybe they'll figure out by then. I hope so, Daniel, that they do that. I'm not sure. But
They
don't
sometimes they study like matchups with other teams that know how to handle them. That's one way of doing it. They may look at key players that is giving them an edge that they feel is the most problematic in the team for them, and then try to figure out answer to those particular people. So it's different ways of attacking that, but yeah, hopefully they figure that out.
I know consistency for me has been a big problem in the WNBA. It drives me nuts watching
Okay.
games.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I've had. Um, you don't have that problem in Minnesota. An inconsistent day for Minnesota is like the same thing that happened when I watched Shaquille O'Neal play when he was at LSU and he played the Florida Gators, and the Florida was happy because they held Shaq to 32 or 35 points, and that was a good night.
Wow.
And honestly, I'm being a little bit sarcastic, guys.
Yeah, right.
That's not, you know what I mean? That's the problem in Minnesota, and that's why the coach has so much. That's why the coach is the way she is, and to some aspect, I understand why, dude. Because her girls and her team and her system is not getting the shine because Caitlin Clark just came in and just blew everything up. Now to that point,
Yeah.
look, dude, it is what it is, dude. We can sit here all day and talk about how these people that built the WNBA, like they're all mad about it, and I'm like, we could go through every sport throughout history. We can do what the NBA do for every Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, all those dudes. There's 100 other players I could name prior to that turning point that should have got shine and never did. That's just the way it is. That's the way sports is. Just that's how gaming is right there. I should be a millionaire. I should be a billionaire in gaming because the stuff that people get paid for now, we did that for free.
Yeah.
We did it for free. I played tournaments, dude. I dominated in arcades.
That is
Nobody
true.
came
That
to
was
watch me
before
play.
it became a big thing. Yeah, that's true.
There was no stadium. Where's my stadium? Right? Oh, is it because I'm Hawaiian? Yeah, that's probably what it is. No, I'm just clowning you. But you know what I mean? I mean, there's always something, right? And it's at this point in time, it's your turn to go through that transition, and hopefully you guys understand that, because it'll benefit all of you guys, especially you guys now. Anyway, I meant to get on my soapbox. Sorry, but Daniel, we'll see how they turn out, man. I mean, they dropped 2, but they won 6 or 7. They're above 500, and they clinched the playoff berth. And I expect them to go into the playoffs. So, I mean, solid. So Google Post says they collecting characters and skins. Yeah. My daughter does like they go okay. So Overwatch did this combo thing with Transformers.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, collab. Yeah.
The collab. Thank you. What I say, combo? See,
yeah.
Collab.
It's a collaboration. Yeah.
Yeah. So they did this. Thank you. Collab, and so and they have the unmitigated nerve to charge more for this one. And then I sat there and I looked at it, and me and my daughter were talking about it. But guess what we did? We pressed buy. We pressed the buy button, right? Because you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
That's
also it depends on what they're paying for their license fee. So that's gonna reflect in the cost too, though.
Oh, they're feeling themselves.
Yeah.
They're under Microsoft now. The great thing about being under Microsoft gives them a little bit more freedom. Also allows them to experiment more.
Right. Yeah.
With that product, right?
Like that Bumblebee, I thought was cute. Did you get that one?
No, so I didn't do it because I was playing Warhammer and I bought the new skins that came out of Warhammer, which I prefer.
Okay, I thought the Bumblebee was kind of
trust me, I was sitting there. I wanted all of them,
yeah.
But at the same time, I don't play Overwatch on the level that my daughter does. So plus I didn't want to step on her toes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is your thing. That is I'm playing my old man stuff. So, but yeah, dude, but that Optimus Prime is because Reinhardt's my favorite character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I should have. I'll probably pick it up later when it comes back around.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that. Optimus Prime is him and Bumblebee. I love those two. So
just to say, they're really quick on Overwatch. They did a collab with this K-pop group.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one too. Yeah.
Yeah. So what they did was they brought it back into the store because it hit 1 million. The video hit like 1 million or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was huge. It hit some kind of milestone for the game. So they brought the skins back in. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. If you're an Xbox guy worrying, don't worry about it. I think this is whether this works or not. I'm just saying you can see that kind of stuff happening with indie. If they make it a franchise, they put it's like sports. You put a franchise brand on certain IP.
Right.
But then that IP has to perform. Look, dude, LeBron James gets the money he does because he's at the end of the day he performs.
He does. Yeah.
Right. There's just people that are Michael Jordan. They perform. right? But if
Yep.
you come, if you end up coming in, you get the franchise tag, but you don't perform, right? Then it's not going to happen.
Right.
But if you do, so I like this new thought process of Microsoft. This is what I'm seeing. This is my personal opinion, guys.
Right.
But
Right.
this is what I'm seeing. So if you take that, because you guys realize that it's money hand over fist right now with Microsoft. This is kind of why they don't care about other stuff, and
Yeah.
you can see by like people say stuff to them all the time. They just sit there and it's just that's because like look, if I won the Powerball and it was $1 billion, and somebody called me like a fat piece of trash, that you're a Sega fan but you play on Xbox, you fat piece of trash, right? If I had $1 billion, you think I would care?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, right, you're just in a different level.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, okay, you could think that, but that's not affecting me. Like.
I'll probably do like Scrooge McDuck, just have a room full of bills that I could just dive in like a pool, just to if I have any issues, right? Like, um, but yeah, so that's what do you think they? I mean, that's what I see. Like you said, and like Unlimited's been practicing. Practices what he preaches, right?
Yeah, you
He
do.
he disconnected and he started just playing games. And I
Yeah,
started doing that,
so
and then
did
all
I.
this stuff just it goes over your head, and
Yeah.
then you can see things more clearly, right?
Yep.
Um, yeah, so I feel because I think there's a lot of people losing their minds. Shout out to King David.
Oh, King David's been
Yeah,
holding
he'd
it
be holding
down.
it down,
Yeah, he
dude.
does.
Because
He
this
said
team,
he's sick of these weak people. It's like I
that's why
can't
that's
blame
why I
him.
rock out with him, dude. That's why I rock out with him because
Yeah.
he's held that line. Um, and then C Money and I can't
Oh,
remember.
see, Money and Doodle,
And Doodle.
they look at things from a business perspective. If
Yeah,
people ever wonder why they look at, because they're business owners themselves, so they look at where Xbox moves, and it makes sense to them because as a business owner they understand. Like when the whole falling out with Tango being let go and all that stuff, and the reason why they didn't freak out and all that because they understand that's a natural process of business.
yeah. And then all
And
this other stuff comes to light, right? Like
yeah,
I think you were talking about it, right? Dude, on Unlimited, like
yeah.
was that you when you was talking about how? Yeah, because you were talking like I had heard about it, but until you said it specifically that these dude they had bounced or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah,
So they basically never had a team. The team was gone, right? And that's so
yeah.
Microsoft, right?
That was shocking to learn that though, that they were like a skeleton crew basically
Yeah.
operating behind the scenes, and that they really would have had to just start all over again
Yeah.
with that studio.
And then I realized that when you said that because then I realized that's so Microsoft, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Microsoft throwing themselves on their sword. Don't worry, guys, we'll take the hit for this.
yeah.
Now, one thing I do not like about them, but that's me, right? I'm not.
I know. Yeah, I wish it was more cutthroat.
Yes, I.
But,
I mean, I'm like that too. I'm like, no, we're at war. But I because that made sense to me there. Because when you said that, I said, you know what? I believe it just because not that I doubted you, but it just clicked. When you
yeah,
said that, it clicked to me because I'm like, yeah, because Microsoft would do that. They would take the
yeah,
fall for everything, like they
yep,
continue to do.
yep.
Oh, here's Phil. Phil comes out on the stage. Hey, I'm like, Phil, kick somebody in the head.
I know. I've accepted. I'm trying to accept it now. As long as Phil is there, it's
Yeah,
going to be kumbaya. We just have to be kumbaya with him until he's out of there. And then, once he retires, we send him off with a "We love you, Phil. Thanks for everything." And then as soon as he's
yeah.
gone, it's all right. Microsoft, it's time to get cutthroat again.
And again, like disconnecting and stuff like that, and just realizing, and again, following my own advice because I tell people all the time because they're like, oh, we're not getting Wukong. I'm like, dude, focus on what
I
you
don't
have.
even care. It's not the type of
Yeah.
game I even care about. Yeah.
And even if
But
it was my type of game, look, you're not bringing it here, that's fine. But look,
that
focus
there
on
you
what
go.
you do have. Yeah, focus on
Yeah,
what you have, not what you don't have.
exactly. And the way I look at it, I don't. A studio can make whatever decisions they want to make, but when that studio lied to the Xbox gamers about what was happening and trying to blame the S, I no longer want anything from them anyway. I don't care. I'm not buying anything from them
Yeah, no, 100%.
because it's not fair to the people. Was like, first they had Xbox was coming, so naturally people would ask, okay, when are we going to see the game? That's natural because you announced that it was coming to the Xbox. But
Yeah,
when you lie and then try, because what PlayStation paid you to not divulge it, but told them, hey, you can just always lie about the S or something like that. Is that what they told them to do? So that now they're practicing the poor behavior and from Sony and stuff. Now, is this what this company wanted to do? So,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, I know they're probably going to port the game over. I don't care how good it looks. I don't care what it's doing. I don't care about that game in the studio. It's not even the game I'm having a problem with. It's the studio. I don't care about that studio, and they won't get any money from me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even look, guys, even if it's like 3 years later and $1.99, I still would have
I
pause.
wouldn't even buy it. It's a protest vote for me.
Yep.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that's
So,
how we. Shout out again to King David. That's how we hold the line here.
yep,
I'm
exactly.
sorry, look, because you're telling me straight up. You're telling me right now you do not want your money. Like Capcom, I'll rock out with you. You guys course corrected, and I
Yep.
didn't hear anything negative from you guys.
And because of that, I'm buying both them games day one.
Yeah, you
Day
course
one.
corrected. Yeah, but
Yep.
like what people was telling me, but Sega, don't you want to play Parsons 1 and 2? You guys know I want to play Parsons 1 and 2. You guys know I'm a Sega guy.
Yep.
You guys know I rock the Dreamcast, right? Of
Yep.
course.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, dude, if you do not, I'm not gonna come, dude. I'm paying you. It's just like if I go in a restaurant, I pay you my money, then I gotta go cook my food. No,
Right. Yeah. Why do I have to meet you halfway? Look, either you want my business or you don't.
Yeah.
That's like I've been asked this by PlayStation guys, like, oh, you're not getting this. I mean, I'm like, so what? This is the system that I chose to buy. If
Yes.
they are not here, then to me, they're dead.
Yes.
They're dead to me. And look, I say that as somebody who has a PC. Because I don't like to play all my games on PC. There's certain type of games I like on console. Like the Capcom collection ones. My husband likes those. I'm buying those day one when
Awesome.
they come out. So, and he was wanting them really bad, and I was saying, well, the only way you can get it is on the PlayStation 4. We still got one, but nobody wants to go back to that thing. So, so I'm like, I know it's not good and everything. I felt bad, but I told him that was the only way. Then I've told him since that it's been corrected, and he just has to wait to 2025. It's not like we're that far away from 2025 anyway. So I just said we can wait. These are older games and everything. And he was like, okay, so when that comes out, I'm buying both. I'm buying both collections.
Yeah, and that's why we hold the line, guys, because when you do that, you also get benefits from it, right? Look what's happening. Genshin Impact again. When it's coming over, look what happened with Valorant, right? When that was coming over, dude, when World of Warcraft eventually comes to console.
Yes, I can't wait to and I can play that on I've tried it out. I don't know if I'm gonna get caught up. MMOs just eat up your time. I don't have the time for. Already, I'm struggling with Fallout 76, man. That's like, it's tough. It's hard. It's hard because these games are so massive. There's so much to do in them, and you only got so much time, and then you want to play other games. So
and then you have these communities that are built.
Yes, you start having friends in there that want to see you all the time and everything. I'm like, I can't. Like I just started another game with 7 Days to Die on PC.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And this person tends to host it on the server, and we just all be going in there. It's been fun, but oh my god, I can't keep up with these games. I don't know what to do anymore. I can't keep up all. I had to stop my Starfield gameplay. I still be itching to get back in it. And I want to get back into it because the DLC is going to come out soon. Then I had to stop my Power World gameplay because despite what people think, I absolutely love Power World. It's one of those games that when I'm stressed, it's the perfect game. I pick up that controller, I start collecting pals and stuff like that, and it's like my stress just melts away. I love that game for that. And the game before that was Power Wash Simulator. I would play that all the time.
Yeah.
To help with that stress. So I like those games for stress, right? But yeah, I got so many games, and then I just started. I know this is my fault because I bought it. It was on sale, but I started Terminator Resistance and stuff. And honestly, I think the game is not visually the most beautiful game, but they capture the atmosphere of the war after Judgment Day so well that it feels like a movie. Like I'm like, wow, they did a very good job in that game, And so I was enjoying that, So, but I can't play everything. I'm so stretched thin. I don't know. I can't play everything. That's the problem. I had to stop my Gears gameplay. It's terrible. I'm bad with like finishing games.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a problem. I mean, you're not the only one. I thought it was cool how Sarah kind of commented on that.
Right. How do you do it? I mean, you have a lot of backlog, right? You have a lot of games you're trying to get through, but how do you do it?
My problem is sometimes I play on feel, so I have to check myself. So what I do is I've kind of structured it a little bit more. because definitely we
Okay.
have Game Pass.
Game
So like,
Pass
one
is
thing to keep
terrible,
in mind,
man.
like you get achievements, or you get the little ding when you play a game in
Right.
Game Pass.
Right.
You can also get multiple achievements if you just try a game because you're starting.
Right. You starting it for the first time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a motivator for me. Plus the simple fact that I know, like, it doesn't take me long to understand if I like a game or not.
Hmm.
So what I've done is I've kind of structured my gaming. I mean, well, I mean, Black Ops 6 just blew that out of the water.
I see, yeah, because you've been spending more of your time in Black Ops now. So that means you put something else aside for Black Ops, right?
Unfortunately, I've just added more time to my gaming, which is, like you said, the
Oh,
other
okay.
stuff. And then I got sick. I got sick
Oh,
last
okay.
week, yeah. So I was pretty bad, and so that
Oh
kind of put a
no.
damper on everything. And
Okay,
so,
okay.
but then you do, So so when structured, I'm not saying like I'll map it out, but
Uh-huh.
I've had to become a little bit more disciplined with my gaming. And I've finished a couple games. Unfortunately,
It,
they're not games on the map. Usually, like, sometimes when you start playing something, you can't put it down and you play.
right, right. Now for me, that's been that Kanisi Gami game.
Yeah,
I've been
copy.
playing the heck out of that game. I love that game.
Yeah, that game is amazing.
It's
Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
funded
it's
by
like
Microsoft. Funded by Microsoft.
yeah, and oh my gosh, this is that you know what? This is surprising me. Like I never thought I would be addicted to trying different stuff. Like I never would have bought a game like that, but oh my gosh, that game is so addicting to me. Every time I clear an area, because basically you're a priestess and she has to clear these different areas and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
man.
And every time I clear
Beautiful,
area, it feels
beautiful.
like an accomplishment. And so I'm ready for the next one now.
It's
Like
not too heavy on the sin. It has a good balance. It
yeah,
never loses, like, you never get kicked out of the world. That's the thing I love about it.
yeah,
You
yeah,
feel like it's still in the world. It's a
yeah.
beautiful world. It's I wish the only thing there's a couple things like I wish if they do a sequel, would like to
Okay.
be able to explore more, like build up the
Yeah, because the world is actually really pretty. It looked like you could. It would be nice if it was bigger. Like I get what you're saying. Like if it's a little bit more to it. Yeah. So it's a very small game. I think, but that would be considered what, a double A.
I'll put it up there with double A, and I think it has the replayability. Might even link it up to triple A.
Oh, okay,
There's a lot
okay.
of replayability with that
It
game,
it is. It's very high repair, but yeah.
which is another problem with me when gaming because I play a lot of games that have a lot of replayability. So even if you beat the
Oh
game, you can
man.
go back and you can do other stuff in the game.
Yeah. And seeing that's what makes that's how Starfield is, man. For
Yeah,
me,
Starfield has that
it's
problem.
so addictive like that. Like once you get back in it, and you like it's like it's so much to do in there. And then with that DLC and stuff, it's just I don't know, it's hard to keep up with everything. And I love Starfield. I have so much when I'm in Starfield, I get lost in it. Like it's like it's me in there, I get lost in it. That's how I
Mhm.
play that game. So it's not trying to accomplish a goal. It's just me experiencing. I don't know. It's hard to explain the way I play that game. It's very different than how I
No, no,
play other games.
I
But
think I agree 100%. I think I know what you're saying. It's like if you're an introvert, this is the game for you because
it is, yeah,
I go off the beaten path. I explore like every planet. I'll find
yeah,
every moon.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
the fact of being in the solitude. I like being in my
Have
ship.
you
That's why
been
I
on
never
the
play.
space stations and stuff? Have you gotten to some of those?
I do, and I try and do some of the story because you have to progress.
Okay,
But it doesn't force you to progress, and you
it
don't need to.
doesn't. You can
No.
stay on one planet for however long you want to.
And that's what I was doing. And that's why I was sucking so much of my time.
Yep, yep.
So before the DLC comes out, I got a month out. I got a doc. It's really great. Deals. I've been kind of mad at Warhammer Dark Tide.
Oh yeah, I got it. Actually, I'm looking. Let me look at Xbox now. Isn't it a Warhammer game that's about to come out, or it just
Yeah,
came
it came
out?
up.
It
Yeah,
came
money
out
bag.
already.
Yeah, money bags. Unlimited. Got the
Oh,
steelbook edition.
did he? Oh my
Yeah,
God, what doesn't he have? Gee,
I know.
I'm never going to compete with him again games. I'm telling you, I don't know how he keeps up with that.
Once he bought those controllers, like he is out of my league. I was like, all
Oh
right,
yeah, and he bought the entire set.
yeah, he bought all of them.
And that's extremely rare. Like very few controllers come out as a set, a collection like that.
You know what the sad thing about it is that there should be thousands of videos on YouTube of people doing that.
Yeah, yeah,
But because Microsoft is put in a certain category,
yeah,
there's a lot of hate.
yeah.
The what's the name of it? Redfall. Redfall
Redfall, yeah,
was
yeah.
nowhere near as bad
No,
as people were saying it was, and that's unfortunate because you have these people, and this is why these franchises are dying.
yeah, yeah.
and you're not going to get these franchises again until like a new generation of people come up without the hang-ups that we have.
Yep, that's true.
Hopefully, and then you can, because you could have spawned so much of stuff off of Redfall, and then the people was like, "Well, it wasn't a complete game." I said, "Yeah, bro, I know, I played it. Did you? Do you play
That's
it?"
a good point. I'm glad you asked that. Did you play it? Because they act like they do. They
Yeah,
do.
yeah, you know it wasn't complete yet. Yeah. When I go into a room and I can pick up a Clorox bottle in one room, and I go to the next room and I can't pick up the same bottle. Yeah, I know it's not complete, and that does aggravate me, right? Because I can't move on like I want to through the game,
Right.
because now you have to figure out what you can and can't. But guess
Right.
what? Guess what? Do you play any other game and it's perfect? No. Right? And then stuff like, dude, I'm not a big vampire guy. I'm more of a zombie guy. This is the first vampire game that I was actually into. I'm like, dude, has the potential of surpassing Left 4 Dead if they just upgrade.
Yes,
If they just
yes, it did. Yes, because it had a way. You know, it's some brilliance that goes on with Redfall that people don't understand. The sound design, the world, like the what they don't understand is all the little details that was in that game.
Well, I can
It's
tell you
fall
what,
time.
Yeah.
The all of the assets. If you take, you know, like it at one point, I just stopped and looked at everything and saw how much work they put into the assets of the game. And I was like, it's so much detail, meaning that like little bits of this and that all over, just stuff that you probably will overlook, but they had a lot of it in there in the world. And the fact that the world felt like a real town, like you had your downtown, you had your farm area, you had the you know, the market area, you had the residential, then the residential had the little slummy area, then you had the more affluent area. It had everything. It felt like a place.
even the trailer parks felt real.
Yeah, the trailer park area. Yeah.
I thought I was back in Florida. I was like,
Yeah, they did have that trailer park area because I was in there quite a bit at one time. So, but yeah, but they had everything in there, and the wharf or the docks or whatever they probably called it. All of that. It's just it was great, and I was like, you know, it was a lot to appreciate about Redfall that people just overlooked.
yeah, and so, you know, like, hey, newsflash for you guys: the Fortnite that you guys play, I played Fortnite when it first released, and I did Xbox, by the way, right? So I played Fortnite. It didn't have any of the stuff that Fortnite has now. What it was a sim type game, right? So you go out into the world, you kill some zombies, collect some stuff, break some stuff, collect that, go back to your base and build it up. That's how it started off.
Okay.
PUBG took off, and then it copied PUBG, and that's the Fortnite that you got now. So you guys that are hating on Redfall, that's the possibility. I'm not saying it would have happened, but that game was so open ended. That's the possibility that you guys passed on.
Yeah.
That you could have had a fully realized game, right? I mean, at this point, I'm like, why do you guys even game? Honestly,
I don't even think they do.
I don't think so. And then I'll even call you guys out on your hypocrisy, because then you got a game that had everything in it in Hi-Fi Rush, and you didn't play that game either.
They didn't even play it. Yes, when I saw that Hi-Fi Rush did it, you know, I mean, I thought everybody bought it. I did. I know you probably did.
No,
but
I didn't buy Hi-Fi Rush. No, because Hebot was telling me that they're gonna come out with a limited edition, so limited run.
You wanted it physical. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get it. So I decided, dude, I love this game. I already knew from the jump I would like it. When I played it, it exceeded my expectations. And then when Hebot was telling me about the physical, I'm like, I'm gonna stop. I stopped playing. I'm like, I'm gonna buy the physical. And when I mean the physical, yeah, I mean I'm gonna buy the complete.
Like
physical.
yeah, like it was like a collector's set.
Yeah,
like that.
Like it's supposed to have all this stuff that comes with it. It's gonna be probably like $200.
Oh,
I'm gonna buy that.
Okay.
Own that, and then I want to play it off of the disc, right? Because it's supposed to have a disc. I'm gonna play it off the disc and finish the game that way. And I've been holding on doing this because I assumed the game was supposed to come out already on limited run, but then all this drama happened, right? With Xbox, quote unquote, closing the studio, right? So then now I'm stuck here, but it's still on track. And I think Hebot's gonna buy a Sega Man.
Yeah, he'll wait to just get a physical copy. Yeah,
so I'm waiting because that game I liked it so much. I wanted a physical. So like all the physical games I buy, like I all my Sega games I buy physical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I did a couple videos showing the stuff. The only way it's not physical if it's only digital on Xbox. Because I'm not gonna.
Yeah, there's some games that are just.
Yeah, like this Yakuza. I wanted to buy the pack, but for Xbox, well, I don't even know if they have a physical pack. But I know when I looked at the Xbox, it's only digital, so I bought them all digital.
Oh, okay.
Maybe later on they'll do physical, then I'll buy it then. So I'm being more selective about my games physical that I'm buying.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for them to drop that because I know it's going to be a big drop. They're supposed to
Yeah,
have
that you said 200. Yeah, that's gonna be a big one.
like if they're supposed to have a soundtrack, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Like my daughter, she got the soundtrack for We Happy Few. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, 'cause she loved that game so much. So that's one I put in. Right. Same thing with what's that game you just said? The shooter game with the teacups.
With
Um,
the teacups.
yeah, the shooter that came out long time ago, indie game with the teacup shooting.
Oh,
It was a shooter. Dang, my bad, guys. I
I
can't.
can't remember it. Yeah, I know what you're
You
talking
mentioned it
about.
earlier, but so I was buying all the stuff for that.
Yeah, yeah.
All the collectibles. I even bought the cereal.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Oh, because that's the cereal was trash, by the way. But it doesn't matter because I bought one for a collectible box. But what it is that's how I process and consume my pop
Okay.
culture
Yeah.
again. So, so yeah, we can move to the. So just really quick on Concord. Concord.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's not PlayStation. It doesn't surprise me. That's not PlayStation's forte. Okay, I'm
It
not
isn't.
game. Honestly, like I'll reiterate this because this podcast has been over 2 hours, but
Okay.
I'll reiterate this on again. I don't care what PlayStation does. I really don't care. It's when
I
you
don't
guys
think
come over here that we address stuff. Okay.
right. Right.
I don't care that Wukong made a special deal.
I don't
With
either.
I don't have no. I don't care you did that. I do care if you want my money now. That's on that's another thing. But
Yeah.
whatever PlayStation does, whatever deals you make, whatever limited this, I do not care. I do not care at all. The stuff that, and I think I think you feel the same way.
Yeah.
Is we address these things as it affects us and our ecosystem when it comes to Xbox. That's the only
Exactly.
reason we'll talk about it. Now, on this thing for Concord, I'll tell you this: this is a teachable moment for all you Xbox, all you Xboxians that jump ship and sold your Xbox because you felt a certain way. Number one, stop being in your feels. You need to man up a little bit. That's number one. Number two, that you guys did cross over. This should teach you guys, right, that it's not just Xbox. It also should give you guys some perspective of why Phil is doing the things that he's doing. At the end of the day, we all know how Phil is. Phil doesn't want to lose anybody. Phil doesn't want. There's no man left behind. He made a commitment to these studios and these teams. They've had to make cuts. It's just the way the economy is, and they've done it. They do it in any other business. There's double positions. There's open positions. There's all this kind of stuff. This is the numbers that people don't cover, right? When they talk about this kind of stuff, it's just Xbox is evil. Xbox is greedy. Satya sucks and Phil sucks, right?
Right.
But if you're going to participate in this ecosystem, you guys are going to have to start doing your homework on this kind of stuff to understand what's really going on with all of this. And so one of the things that you need to do and learn from Concord is that all of these companies are doing the things they need to do to be competitive, to actually just survive.
Yeah. Right now in this economy, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the reality of it. So Concord shows you that, man, because everything is so focused and tunnel vision on Xbox, right? And you have a sycophant fan base on the PlayStation side that they now they're having arguments among themselves because they're too busy looking at what Xbox is doing.
I know. Yeah, they are.
Now, I know we had parents, and my grandmother was the biggest thing of it. She'd always tell me this: don't look at anybody else, worry about yourself.
Right. Worry about your own self. Yeah.
Worry about yourself. Like I told my grandmother one time, I was like, "But grandma, you see that person? That ain't my grandkid. Who's my grandchild? Who's my grandson? Who's my grandson? You my grandson.
Yeah.
Don't look at anybody else. Worry about yourself." That's the best advice I can give you guys, right? And you have something like Concord, and what happens? Xbox is not alone in this, right? Why do you think you don't hear? Why do you think PlayStation and Nintendo don't go to these conferences? Why do you think they're never in the news, man? Because they're not doing the things that Xbox doing on Xbox's level, right? So just keep that in mind, you guys, when you guys do this, right? Just realize the difference between all three companies, right? This is why Phil reiterated. Some people took this as a slight. It was Phil, to me, it was Phil reminding you that we have the backing of Microsoft, that PlayStation and Nintendo are not their competition, even as much as McCaffrey and all these losers on in the gaming media want to make it that way. It's not. They are looking at Apple. They're looking at Amazon. They're looking at Netflix now, right? Because Netflix is starting to get a little bit itchy fingers, and they can because they get so much money.
Right.
But teachable moment, guys, right? Look at the whole, keep things in perspective and look at the whole picture. That's the one thing I loved about the Concord thing. Not that it failed, look, dude, not that people are getting laid off.
Mm-hmm.
But Xbox is not alone in this. And Xbox, if you're comparing all three of them, Xbox actually did it right because they laid the foundation for this and they prepared for it.
They did. And it took years, by the way.
Yes, it did. It took over 7 years.
Yes, it did.
And Phil's been preaching this for years, so that's why I give him his bona fides, right? I mean, and this is something when Microsoft came on board, dude, they just don't sign checks, guys. You can't do that at Microsoft level. Again, decimal points move, right? That decimal point moves, man. People get replaced, right? Well, that's when things bad like that happen. What ends up happening is the CEO comes out with a speech. He's actually getting let go, but he's like, well, I decided that I wanted to take up oil painting, spend more time with my family, and then ride my yacht in the Boston Bay. You know, that's the speech you get from these guys, right?
Right, right.
That's the power of that decimal point when it comes to a company like Microsoft. So I just wanted, did you want to say anything there? I just wanted to touch on that real quick with Concord.
Yeah, Concord. That's not much to say, man. The Xbox guys was all over that thing like like bees on honey. I was like, it's like stuff on that. I don't even think it's much I can add to it other than, um, it surprises me how bad Sony is at making multiplayer. This is what, and honestly, no offense to their studios, but nobody over there has the experience to even do it. It
Yeah,
just surprises me. In this, obviously Bungie can, but Bungie was the worst purchase they could have ever done. And didn't they just lose somebody out of there? The head guy out of there, out of Bungie, just
uh,
lost that guy. It was somebody who left Bungie, so that was supposed to have been big in there, I guess. So I don't like you said. I don't really care what's happening on the PlayStation side unless it's affecting all of gaming or it's direct to Xbox in some kind of way. Like we talked about how Sea of Thieves was doing over there or something like that. But yeah, I don't really care. To me, it's both karma, I guess, if I could use that term, and
mhm.
it's also sad. It was sad because it's never good to see a game 2 weeks and dies. I don't think anybody works 8 years on a game to see it die in 2 weeks. That's like, that was a blow that's worse than anything anybody could have ever thought of. I think I've never seen anything like that in all of gaming.
I
And
think it's
so,
like what happens there when like a movie studio
mhm,
that has a string of hits
right.
and they come out with another movie in that genre that they're known for and then they fail.
Yeah, this, and I mean really fail. Not like a gentle fail, but this was bad.
That was a
And
crash and burn. Yeah,
I what I was hoping this was going to do was be a wake up call to the PlayStation gamer to quit deluding yourselves, because PlayStation is in some real trouble here. If they cannot have some reoccurring income from somewhere, they are in deep, and they need to keep people locked in. Even if people are saying, if they start a service, um these are a couple of things that I just fundamentally disagree with.
yeah,
Sony can't have a service because they don't have enough studios to produce enough content for a service. Number one. Number two, they would need games to keep you locked in. Otherwise, people would just subscribe for 1 month, leave the next, so they wouldn't earn anything. And so in that sense, I don't think they can have a service. And this is, the service they got now is the best they can do, but they can't do it on the scale that Xbox is doing it. And then another thing is, how people are, instead of encouraging Sony to look to Microsoft, for instance, to learn from some things they're doing, they're telling Microsoft because of Astrobot, they gotta copy Sony. Why would they copy a company that's failing?
yeah. That's these guys are so full of themselves. Man. I
I
mean,
know.
that's I said this several times. I'll say it again here. The fan base of Sony and Sony, they deserve each other.
Yeah.
They do this to each other. They circle jerk each other so much. For me, I just look at it and I'm kind of like, yeah, dude, you guys are in this boat. You're two peas in the pod. You know what I'm saying? So I have no sympathy for them in that sense. Again,
Right.
this is not to hit on Concord or what's happening at Concord.
Hmm.
Honestly, again, like I don't care. I'm just bringing this up as a lessons learned
It
for
is
you
a lessons
Xbox
learned.
guy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys need to have a little bit more perspective on things when it comes to stuff. I'm just being honest.
Hmm.
A lot of the stuff that the PlayStation and Sony probably thought would make this thing a success, they don't have that over there. They don't have that type of dedicated fan base. They don't have the type of dedicated fans. Their fans do not buy games. I don't care what anybody says. They might buy consoles, and I think that's in dispute as well.
Hmm.
I would really I can't wait till that actually comes out that they
Right.
don't and it needs to because it's hurting the industry.
It
Because
is, because people are making decisions based on that number.
yeah,
Yeah. Business decisions that I think are not really good for them, and it's not really good for business as a whole in the industry.
yeah,
Um, you know. like the exclusivity stuff and all that. Although I don't care about that, but I think that I'm talking about the exclusivity where it's not necessarily a deal, but by default they're prioritizing the console brand that has the least committed gamers to buy and purchase their content.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, you wondering why you're struggling because their gamers don't really buy games.
And you can also tell like the companies that are on social media too much. They need to
Right.
just as well because that's not
Right.
what you're hearing on social media, what's actually happening. And in all fairness, and this currently right now, a lot of people are not buying games.
A lot aren't. I'm not buying nearly as many as I've been getting deals. I told you I bought games that was $11 and this and that. They marked down a lot. I mean, hey, the economy is rough. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I'm not rich and
Yeah, don't and you know what? They don't apologize because companies like Microsoft understand that. That's why they went the route that they did.
right,
Just like you tell people that subscribe and don't buy the games, don't worry about it. Dude. You're paying them every month. You're
right,
paying.
right. That's that I'm doing every month. But you talking about buying a $70 game on top of that like as often as they drop game. I can't do that.
Yeah, and this is the thought process of everybody. Yeah, this is what I tried to explain with people, and I'll put Concord in this. You would have had to come with the sorry. You would have had to come with the most excellent game in the current climate that it is.
Yeah.
On top of the fact you're already coming into a loaded market, you're copying a game that far exceeds anything that you could hope to accomplish, right? Because just by being seasoned, the type of game that it is, and it's gone through its hiccups and stuff like that. So if you're going to enter this market space, you should have came with something that was amazing that would have shocked. Just like there's a game out there, there's a shooter game that's going to be coming out soon. I know Microsoft showed it on the showcase, as Microsoft always does, because they're ahead of the curve. They got their finger on the pulse.
What's it called?
I forgot the name of it, but it's a cool concept, right? Where you're playing and you have cards.
Oh, that game. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to do stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? In a sense, right? Especially, I mean, in this current time, in better times, shoot the bar. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the people that have the extra income, people just don't have cash. And I'm telling you right now, people are finding reasons. I see people do it every day. I see people at work, people that would love to go to McDonald's and they'd be like, oh, but McDonald's is so expensitive that it is. This is how they talk there. This is how they talk. This cracks me up. They're like, well, I always meant to lose a few pounds. You know what I'm saying? because
you ain't got no choice now. Yeah.
But this is the things you tell yourself psychologically, right? To soothe it. Like it's like, oh, maybe I play too much games. Or maybe, you know what, I have enough games to play. You know what, I need to go into my backlog, which is true. I'm not saying it's not true. But this is the times you live in where people will look at things because the kicker is a $70 game. Look, when I go to I ordered food for my daughter last night. I thought it was going to be like a restaurant that we go to. Mm-hmm. They sent my food and it was sad.
Oh wow!
Not that the food was bad, but the amount I paid and the amount that we got, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I could have just walked into this place. I thought it was a different type of restaurant. I was wrong. I should have done my research, but I had to get something. Right. So I learned, right? I'm just like, so what's happening is that the food hasn't changed, the quality hasn't changed. It's a single A type meal, but they're charging me AAA prices.
Right, the inflation is real. Yeah.
And when you start doing that, especially the gamers, they get finicky as. I mean, if if one thing's off, right? This is where sometimes this stuff gets caught up in the mix too, where people are complaining about little things. It's not so much the hate. It's just that, look, dude, I'm not dropping. At the end of the day, I'm not dropping $70 for a game. I'm just not.
Right.
Unless it's immaculate.
Right. Exactly.
Like I'll be praising high heaven. I mean, and outside of COD, I'll probably drop the full.
COD, you might have to do that for. Yeah. I don't think they're coming down on that.
No, and I would. I mean, I have it on Gamepass, but
you got it on Gamepass. Yes, you could just buy the extra content.
And you know what though? I did say I was going to make a change, but man, after playing, I tell you, man, Black Ops got me in all kind of. I'm feeling all kind of giddy, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, this game. I was dying and enjoying it.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I was. This dude did a dive off the building, man. Caught me. Like I was like, he must have the arrow, the window of opportunity for him to headshot me was super small. Millimeters. And that dude pulled it up, and I was like, I was like, man, that was awesome. And that's what it was.
I wish you would have recorded that.
Yeah, well, if Microsoft would include, work on their studio. But like I said, once they got rid of the snap thing, I stopped. I gave up on it.
Yeah, that sucks. I would have loved to have seen that.
Maybe if Gabe was on staff, he could help him.
Yeah. I think he be trying to put everything in Steam sometimes. Like some stuff he's had failures too though. People don't realize that.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah, he's had stuff he tried, it didn't work, he took it down or changed it or just got rid of it altogether. He's done that too.
yeah,
But he's always trying things. That's what I like. And I like that about Xbox too.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, they try. They just sometimes give up a little too soon
Yeah,
on the
that's what I was
Xbox
about to
side.
say.
That's my problem with them.
Can
But
we say
yeah.
they try? What is that? What is that service they had? That streaming service?
Mixer.
Yeah, Mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. And I feel bad because the people were really trying. The people at Mixer.
Okay.
I know it was an uphill battle for them, but that's what Microsoft does, and I've told people that are on the Xbox side a lot. And they just keep that in mind when we do stuff, so that you're not shocked.
Yeah.
But I hear my daughter stirring. I'm supposed to drop her off.
Oh,
But real
okay.
quick, we can go to the last but not least final topic. Tokyo Game Show.
Oh
Did you
yeah,
hear
I heard that they're going. So this whole panic and heart attacks and stuff that was going on out here was for no reason at all because I always knew that Xbox didn't want to overshadow Gamescom. They're not going to announce that. Everybody just instantly assumed they're going to be at the game awards, right? So
Yeah.
nobody ever questions that. But they're not going to make the announcements and stuff until after Gamescom. That's just how Microsoft does it.
Well, I like that. They treat Gamescom for what it is. Even Phil touched on it.
Mm-hmm.
But Gamescom is for the players, guys. Everything else is industry. Well, I think Tokyo Game Show is actually for fans too, but for the public.
It's more of an approach towards the Japanese Eastern gamer there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I like a lot of people when they opine about E3. E3 wasn't really meant for us in that sense, guys. Like Gamescom is for if you want to go, right? Like I know people get in and stuff like that, but Gamescom is made for the general public to go in there and play their games.
Because they play games there, they got booths and stuff that you can try games and stuff.
They cater to the fans. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So that's the difference. Sometimes I think people get lost in that, like they don't realize the corporate from the actual general public aspect when it comes to these conferences that Microsoft does or Xbox does, and Xbox is there. That's number one, guys. Xbox shows up when nobody else is.
Well, they doing more than that. They've been taking over the They took over Gamescom, and I think they taking over the Xbox thing too.
Yeah, even some of the guys getting interviewed, right? They made this small joke. Wow, it's like a little city in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, like they just that's got to be intimidating against for Sony and Nintendo. I don't care how good their games are. That's got to be intimidating to see Microsoft with all these IP and they just taking up the place. They just swallowing it up. It's just that's got to be pretty intimidating, and that's what they're going to come back to once PlayStation's games start coming through, because they studios got to be working on something. So once they start having some games to show, it won't be as many and all that stuff, because what you got like third parties doing is they hooking up with Microsoft. They just like hooking up with them, so they're under their umbrella because their umbrella is so large.
Well, you heard about the controversy about the 100,000.
No, I didn't. You can fill me
So for developers pay $100,000 to get their videos, the trailers shown.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense, right? That's how they make their money. But it's kind of cool. It went viral online that people are like, "Hey, well, I can't pay the fee, but here's my game." And that's an entrepreneurship that idea that Xbox pushes.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's just so to me, like it's coming full circle. You don't need to be there in that sense if you can't afford to, but you have other avenues. And this is something I want Microsoft to learn from other companies, is that why isn't iJustine, like to me, they have a suite of games that they could show. You don't have to show everything on the showcase, but you have influencers that you have relationships with. Like
Right. I agree with that. I know where you're going with that. Yeah.
And then some of the people you work with in the past, bring them in. So this content, look, dude, everything is a hot take. That's what people like to think. But people will be watching this for months.
Yes.
Not everybody can watch this stuff live, and people will go back and watch it.
Yep.
And then you have your content on there, man. Make your YouTube channel better, Xbox. I know they're Google. I don't blame you. I hate Google too. But I mean, it is an avenue for you guys. So definitely make it more robust. And start doing those partnerships. Like I like some of the stuff you're doing with some, like they have the athletes come on and play. I like that. I like all that stuff. Right? I'm into the culture of gaming as well. And so I mean, I know not everybody likes that, but just put it out there. That's just how you're gonna hook people, and I know they understand that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think for Tokyo Game Show, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So you're saying about Tokyo Game Show? My bad.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, so anyway, yeah, people was having heart attacks and all that, and so yeah, I was glad to finally hear them announce it. I knew that was going to happen because it happened last year. I just think that Xbox doesn't like to overshadow when they're focused on Gamescom, it's Gamescom. Then when
Right.
it's time for Tokyo Game Show, then they start focusing on they just there's no reason for them to not do it. And I don't understand why people was acting like, oh, it's the end of the world. They ain't gonna show up at Tokyo. It's a big miss. What is these people talking about? It doesn't make any sense. Hi, Anthony. Hi,
Yeah. Hi,
Anthony.
Anthony. What's up, brother?
It doesn't make any sense to me because I'm like, where have they been? My Xbox is at every show at this point, and to the point where they making up their own stuff because there is not enough shows for them to show everything.
And
So
that's the scary part. They can, and they can do more.
they
Um,
they in a position now where they're pushing games to the next year.
Yeah.
I don't even think Nintendo's to that degree at that. Nintendo makes a lot of games and but they have those big gaps where they're doing that. And I think Nintendo is going to have a lot of games when they finally come out with that Switch 2. I think they're going to have a lot of games at that point.
Yeah, it looks like some of the Nintendo guys I follow, and they're Nintendo. I follow them because they're gaming channels, but you can tell they're Nintendo fans.
Okay.
And so sounds like from what I'm gathering from them, they're holding back.
Yeah, that's what I think they're doing because they're at the end of the cycle and they're about to come out with that new console. So that's what I think they're doing. So they're probably holding back too. But it's pretty bold of Microsoft to be in a position to say, oh yeah, we showed you a vial, but yeah, we're gonna just push that to the next year because honestly this holiday season is just too crowded.
It's amazing to me because you look at September, people again, people are people crying.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just like, dude, how long have you guys been in Game Pass? The slew of games they show you.
That's the thing. Yeah, they don't even have to.
Yeah. Oh, they show you that and they're telling you this is what we have in September, but they're gonna drop. Just like when I was on X and then they came out, hey, dropping in Game Pass today, Expeditions.
Oh yeah, and by the way, that you mentioned that the one that I've been interested in because I'm hearing a lot of good things is Age of Mythology.
Yeah, Age of Mythology. Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of good things about that game. So if you people are into that type of game, look into it because the veterans, people who only play those type of games, have been extremely happy with it.
Yeah, I'm a huge Age of Mythology fan. So,
mm-hmm.
And they reworked it and they revamped it. So the only reason I haven't played is because Slime Rancher's leaving. Slime Rancher.
Oh yeah, Slime Ranchers.
Yeah, so I have the first Slime Rancher.
I have the first one too. I need to get the second one.
Well, it's dropping. I mean, I think it's like $20-something or $19.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not that much.
It's worth buying. I mean, I just want to get in there and play it this weekend so I can, get you played it on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Pad my stats for the end of the year.
Yep.
And
that's a good game too. I'm glad somebody else plays Slime Ranchers.
I was addicted to that game.
Yeah.
Because you build your pants. Yeah, you can combine them.
Yeah.
Then you mess up and then you blow up half your base and you got to rebuild it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love sim games.
Yeah, me too. I don't get enough people who talk about those. But yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. That's why I love Game Pass because a lot of these games now are an amalgamation of different types of genres.
Yeah.
So sometimes you're not sure, if it's going to be a sim game that you like, right? Like it could be more on the shooter side. I mean, I tend to be of both, but you know what I mean. If you're not sure, then you play it in Game Pass and you can make your determination.
Yeah. And for the games that's not, because I had to buy Guilty Gear because I bought everything, so that ended up being a lot of money. I wasn't able to get Visions of Mana, but I am going to pick that up because that was the game I was waiting on to get was that game.
Oh, Visions,
yeah. That looks like a really good. I'm sad to hear the studio has been dismantled and stuff, but I do want to still get that game.
They were dismantled when?
Yeah, that apparently they shut down that studio. I forget the name of the studio.
Was that kind of their last hurrah, or?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, okay.
I mean,
I want to get it physical, so I was gonna go to GameStop.
Okay.
I don't know. GameStop's in Hawaii have been acting kind of funny. They funny kind. I go over there and they don't have an Xbox version, so then that makes me think, oh, did they have a physical Xbox version? But I believe they do because Unlimited has it, right?
If he has it, then yeah, it's definitely. I don't know. I didn't see if do he even like games like that? I didn't know he liked.
Oh yeah, well it's an action. It's an action RPG.
Yeah,
Yeah, he loves action
he
RPG.
likes that. Okay.
Well, he likes action. I know he likes action games. That's why he likes Flintlock and plays games like that.
Oh, okay.
Final Mutant when that came out. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like, I like those type of games. I'm more prone to that than I am the actual turn-based stuff.
Oh, okay.
What sells me on the turn-based stuff is usually the story, the characters, and stuff like that. Not so much the
Okay.
gameplay. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting because Xbox showed this one game. I can't think of the name right now. It's a turn-based game, and I'm really interested in that game when that comes out. I can't remember the name. It was during the showcase. I think they showed it, and it's one of these games. I guess it's one of their partner games or whatever. That's
Oh, the Phantasmo.
Yeah. That game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play that game. I really am interested because I can do both. I can do the action RPG and the turn-based. So,
And I don't have anything against turn-based. I just prefer action. And then turn-based to me, I have to.
It is limiting. It's limiting. But what I like about it, it allows you to strategize on how you're going to set things up. And everything, So I guess if you like that aspect of it, but if you don't, stick with the action.
I mean, I do. It's just not my main selling point. Like normally, if you look at the JRPGs I play, it's usually because of the art style, the characters, the world that they built, the type of turn-based that it is, right? Because like one of the reasons why I love Shining Force over Final Fantasy is with Shining Force, like you could do combos.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it played into the storyline. So if I had a good relationship between two of my characters, their bond was so strong, their level was so good that every time I did something, they would do combos.
Oh, okay.
And so that would actually work into the strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like So I'm not anti. Just to let you guys know, I'm not anti.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in that stuff. I mean, so to me, it's
yeah. It's just it's nice though that you still have developers that still because there's some people who only still like that style, right? So it's good for those people who still like that it's still people who still enjoy it and keep that retro style gaming going,
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah,
was there anything you're expecting from TGS though that you're looking forward to?
I'm hoping to see more of the partnerships that Xbox had. I would like to hear more about that because I know they said they had about 200 at that time, and they've released some of them, like Unit Chronicle is one.
Yeah,
I believe Unit Chronicle was one of them because they talked about Unit Chronicle for years. So I would like to see more. So I want to see some new stuff there. I don't know if we're gonna get that, but that's what I'm hoping that we get. It's some new information, like just from the Asian countries, whether it's South Korea or Japan or China or something like that. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, like if Hoyo, because like Hoyo was there at Gamescom.
Okay.
They made a show there. I don't know if they normally go, but it's definitely just a skip across the pond for them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool like if they have an announcement with like with Black Pearl or Pearl Abyss?
Oh, Pearl Abyss. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, we're working with them, and I know that they are working with people. But to what level? But I'm like you there. For TGS, it's all about the partnerships for me.
Yeah, that's all it's about. Yeah, and you know what I said about that before, that I honestly don't really want Microsoft to even buy any of the Japanese in particular studios. Although in my heart I would like for them to have Sega, but I just don't think it will work out. So if partnerships is the best that they can do, then have the best possible partnerships that you can have, and I'd be happy with that.
I mean, for me, when I look at it, I think it's still because they work so close with Sega. Sega's been in the U.S. market. I will, me. I'm going to be ride or die with that.
Yeah,
by Sega, but
I would like it too, though. I ain't gonna lie, but I just don't see it. I just don't think the cultures. I just don't think it'll work.
I think the thing about Japan right now is that because it's a complaint I have, if I'm being honest here, is they're a little bit too open to Western culture. See, this is the dual-mindedness of myself, right? It's because it's affecting their culture.
Oh.
And so I've said this on my other. I'll try and explain this as best I can. I like Japan to be Japanese. Okay.
Of course.
It's the same way if I go to Texas, and I can't get real Texas barbecue.
Right. Right.
So like if I go to Japan, I still would like it to have that culture, and it's ingrained in them to do so. But there's a lot of stuff going on over there in Japan right now, right?
Yeah, their economy is under a lot of stress too. I think
economy, culture, generational divides. Not on a level that's happening like in other countries, but I mean, it's affecting Japan, right? So anyway, my point being is that I don't want it to be like I have no problem with them experimenting like any other. Look, it's a genre, it's a country. You do whatever you want to do. It.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, I just don't want them to lose the essence. It's like if you came to Hawaii and there was no volcano for you to go to.
Oh
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
I would be so disappointed. You see a big grown woman cry. I'm like, where's the volcano?
Like people come to Hawaii to see green, they come to
Yeah,
see beaches, there's specific reasons. Now, if you come over here and we turn
yeah,
into this some kind of megatropolis kind of place, which is turning into right now, that you don't have that, right? It loses its uniqueness of what it is. That's how I feel with Japan. With that being
right.
said, I think there's enough. If there's any company I think could pull it off, it is Microsoft because they're sensitive to that kind of stuff. I would say a little bit too oversensitive. That's just my personal opinion, but sensitive nonetheless, right?
Right, right.
Like coming in there and working with them as opposed to um, like they won't come in and try and take over and try and make it Microsoft, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's some benefits still from both sides. The thing I like about Sega is they're doing the retro stuff. You seen?
Oh man, yes. I've heard. I've heard. I haven't seen anything, but I've heard.
Well, that's what I would like to see at Tokyo Game Show, like for it to be in the Xbox showcase. Well, let's be honest with you, could it be anywhere else?
It
Not
can't
really.
because Microsoft's swallowing up these showcases and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
just own them now at this point. You know.
I said this on X Day. I was like, all Xbox needs right, or Microsoft and Xbox need right now is a show in the beginning of the year, and they got it on lockdown.
Yeah, they almost do with that developer preview thing because that's been
Yeah,
early, like February.
they
Like
should do that. They should do GDC, Game Developers Conference, or like what's that? What's the other one? The tech conference.
oh I know
Dang,
what you're talking about. You
yeah,
think they could do that there?
yeah, you know what? If they follow my game plan that I've so graciously offered to them 100 million times in my video, right? Like, where's my peripherals? Where's my hardware? Where's my
Right, right. Oh, that
why am
would
I?
be cool though if they did something with just hardware. That would be awesome.
Yeah, where's my guitar? Did you see? Oh yeah, did you see at Gamescom that people were playing Guitar Hero?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it looked like Guitar Hero. I mean,
They
it was
playing
Guitar Hero on
they
the screen.
it's playable? Oh
Well,
wow.
it's probably the game, the old game, right? Microsoft owns it.
Oh, I was gonna say like what they made a new one is play like
No,
wow.
so then Phil gives that interview and he said that's one of the things they missed was Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero,
But
yeah.
now they own Activision.
Yep.
And so I'm like, yeah, dude, where is like Guitar Hero and Game Pass? I'm telling you,
Oh
man. Peanut
man.
butter and chocolate.
That would be a money maker because you'd be buying songs to add to it and stuff like that.
Yeah, too
Because I
bad
think that's what they would do. They would sell you the songs.
well, maybe they could bring, I don't know. I love their music service. I loved it. I was sad when they got rid of it. I know it's Microsoft being Microsoft. But imagine if they had the music service, so bring back the music service and then they tie it all into one. Because
Ooh.
they own the rights to the game. So that's a no brainer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then if they go digital, they can have the music and they can transfer it over. Maybe pay a small fee, but then
Yeah, that's a
you can sell the music to the people, and people will buy it.
yeah, they'll buy it. You can own it, or you can like have access, almost like a little subscription for the
Mhm.
music, so you can access it with your games or something like that. That would be interesting.
Yeah, because they're
I
competing with Apple, so why not get a music store?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
and
would
people will
be
jump on board,
interesting.
and you get the element of actually using it on something. Like, Guitar Hero is so huge.
Yeah, but you got me thinking all the different ways that they can go with that though.
Yeah, I would love if they did that. That's the stuff that sticks in my brain when I'm looking at it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm like, dude, let's do an online service game with Guitar Hero, dude, and you can just travel the country like either in a band, solo artist, work. You know, like how NBA 2K. I thought this was ridiculous when they did it until I started doing it, running the team manager and stuff like that. I was like, man, this is
Yeah.
ridiculous. I'm gonna play that. Then the next thing you know, I'm like, oh man, my team's below 500. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it. Where's the? I need a cheat code. The schedule's too rough. I didn't plan properly. You know, like as quarterbacks, like Monday morning quarterbacking for sports stars. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's the motor thinking, man? What's the coach thinking? Then you play these games and you're like, dang, it's harder than I thought. There's actually like statistics and crap you gotta look at. But like to me, I could see them doing that with Guitar Hero and making like a Guitar Hero World Tour, a Guitar Hero World, like doing that, and then you can have people participate in Guitar Hero on that level in the way that they want to, right?
Hmm.
With different genres too, man. Make it,
That's what I was gonna say. Different
oh, go ahead.
genres
Yeah,
of
go ahead.
music.
Yeah, like if I'm in South Korea, I'd be
K-pop,
out for
you could
K-pop. Yeah,
do, yeah.
right.
DJ Hero, you could do like no, you could just do all kinds of songs. Like, yeah, that would be honestly, they need to do something like that. Oh,
Yeah.
how you doing, Zobi?
Hey, what's up, Zoe? You were in here earlier. I thought
Oh,
you.
he was, yeah, he was there earlier. I didn't scroll back. Let me look back and see who's been.
Yeah, but Zobi don't game no more.
What?
Yeah, Zobi said gaming sucks.
Oh, Zobi.
No, Zobi games. I'm just saying, like, yeah,
I
he's
was
not.
gonna say, like, you can't abandon gaming. You can't do that. We don't want him to do that. I think he would go into a coma if he did that. Like, a gamer just can't stop, you know.
I don't know. We'll bring him back out of it. He'll come on here, then we'll all argue with him. So keeps the blip so going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does. It'd be funny. I find those conversations funny.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna get my hopes up, like I've done in years past. And I also check myself when I do that.
Right.
But with all the buzz and everything like that, and there's no problem with that. Look, guys, you're part of a fandom. It's okay to speculate and to enjoy that part of it. Just don't get caught up too much in it. To the point where
Right. I mean, because Xbox still got with Sega that super game. What is the super game? Does anybody know what that is?
I don't know. Maybe we see it at TGS. I'm glad you brought that up. 'Cause I was going to say maybe that's something we see at TGS. You know, it's the perfect venue for it.
Because they announced that years ago. I can't remember when it was, but
yeah, you know what I was saying. I was pissing people off. I was like, yeah, the super game is it's Sega. That's what the super game is. Sega LTD. You ever heard of that? Sega.
I think they were this close to buying Sega though before Activision. I'm not joking. I think they were working on that.
Yeah, like I said, I can't fault them for that. Again, EA, that's not where my heart is, but that's the
I
best.
think EA would be a smart play. I do.
Yeah, go get Caitlin Clark. Go hire Caitlin Clark to be the spokesperson.
Yep. Pay. Do some endorsements and stuff. You know, like pay somebody to endorse your game and stuff like that.
Yeah, better do it now before she gets to LeBron level of money.
Yeah, she'd be too expensive then.
Like Gatorade, or was it Nike? Got a deal, man. They only paying her $25 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, the WNBA is small. She made her money in college too, but I mean, once this stuff blows up and it becomes NBA level,
right,
it's over. I mean, you're going to be paying $100 million, $200 million. I mean, this girl pulls. She pulls. There's people at the Olympics wondering where she was.
Oh wow.
Because people are not as ingrained in the U.S. sports. You know, they have their own sports to watch.
Right.
More general audience, but they're like, hey, isn't that Caitlin Clark girl? Where is she? And they didn't know all the politics and
it was
stuff.
like they was just certain she was gonna be there.
Yeah, I love Asia. Look, I know, guys. I know I get some hate from some of the Caitlin people, but I love Asia Wilson. And Asia Wilson, dude, she let her feelings be known, and rightfully so. She's a 2-time back-to-back WNBA champ. She's got bona fides. Trust me, man. I know basketball. This girl is not. She's the real deal.
Right.
She's MVP. She got skills. I honestly feel that Caitlin is in the MVP process. Her conversation. But I mean, top dog is Asia Wilson. I watched enough games to watch her. I went back and watched some of her older stuff, dude. She is bank. She's GOAT. And I think I do feel for her, but she's not getting that same recognition.
Oh, right? Okay, you're right.
Yeah. WNBA grows, man. She'll get it, man. She can shoot threes, she can drive, she can post, she can block, she can steal, she can pass.
Yeah.
She is the complete package, man. I mean, I enjoy watching her play. I like watching the Aces. Las Vegas' team. They're a bit on the rough side. I like that too. I'm old school, like I told you guys. Yeah, dude. If you didn't have a bruise, you didn't play hard. That's the era of basketball I grew up.
Wow.
If you didn't have a bruise, you was doing it. If you didn't have something wrong with you, you didn't. Like, were you in the game? Were you on the bench? And so, so I would like that. I think that would be great for Microsoft to do that. And then,
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Cygnus?
Oh, hi, Cygnus.
What's up, brother? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Enough hour. Cygnus, but we're about to wrap it up because I gotta take my daughter.
Yeah, I gotta go too. So
and then Diaz got stuff to do. We had Hebot earlier, but my boy's like, man, his daughter's a realtor. Congratulations!
I know. Congratulations to him,
so
a realtor. Wow, that's really great. I can ask him for advice and stuff. I guess.
You know what? It doesn't surprise me, brother, man. I know one thing I love about Hebot. He hustles, man. His family hustles, and I mean that in a good way.
Wow. Right? Yeah. Hardworking.
You rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of your daughter. I'm happy for you, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that house works out.
Me too. I hope he gets that. That's a nice home.
That's a beautiful house.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful house. Plus, your daughter get commission. So, hey,
Yeah. So, that's really cool. Yeah, I like that.
But anything else there before we shut down?
I just wanted to say I'm very glad to be able to catch you live again. It's been a while because I've been very busy.
I know you've been busy.
And it's good to see the chat. I missed everybody in chat. Cygnus, Zobi, and Anthony Chipmunk, Google Poll. Who all's been here? I know Mr. Kima was in here. Faded Blaze, and yeah, we definitely got to get Faded Blaze to come
Yep.
on the channel
Faded,
one
man.
day.
You're always welcome,
Two
dude.
man.
We just gotta click on X or Instagram. I can send you the link.
Yep.
You know,
And I'm trying to scroll back.
Me and Sega Man have that same level of technical expertise. So we gotta keep it simple.
Oh, no, yeah. It has to be dubbed down a little bit. Huh? So,
Yeah. No, definitely dubbed out. Because if it's anything higher, then we have to defer to our IT department, which is Unlimited Productions, right?
okay. Oh yeah, he's yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. IT is the man. Our Unlimited is the man. So like when you see stuff on my channel, that's like a video or something like that. That's me. That's not me. That's all Unlimited.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's so just we gotta keep it simple. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's just what we go. You know what I mean? But everybody, open mic, everybody's welcome. So just let me know.
Yep. And just to call out Vontae
Yeah,
and
Vontae, brother, welcome.
and also 100 was here. Okay, so 100.
100 for the
So I'm
jump.
just scrolling back because I didn't get a chance to do that before.
Daniel, bro. Yep, we gotta get time.
Oh yeah, Daniel. I forgot Daniel. So yeah, we had a good group here, and I'm really glad to see everybody and see everybody having fun and gaming and enjoying themselves. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm hoping for everybody. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Tokyo Game Show. Maybe we can come back to get and once it airs and talk about what we've seen there. That might be nice.
Yeah, for me personally, for Tokyo Game Show, guys, as we wrap it up, I'm really looking forward to some of the announcements. There's a lot of buzz going on, and of course, I'm all in it, guys.
Right.
For that, look, dude, at the end of the day, dude, I love Japanese pop culture. Grew up on it, so anytime this stuff happens, I just don't buy into all the vice and virtue when it comes to Japan. Look, dude, I mean, they are who they are. They've dominated at some point in time. That these are not those times, but they're still a part of the industry.
Right.
And they still have a lot of influence, and rightfully so, man. A lot of the stuff that influenced them that they got from us, now we're doing that in turn, and that's
exactly
the cyclical nature of things. And out of that, this is where we get the great games that we enjoy playing at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely looking for some announcements between Xbox. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I'd like to see some announcement between Xbox and Sega. I already shot a tweet to Ebot yesterday or the day before talking about it, because there's buzz happening. Like you talked about the Super Game, right?
Right, Super Game. Yeah, they have not mentioned that since they announced it.
The Super Game, because what the buzz is that Yakuza's next game is going to be open world.
So
that's what people are saying. So, and again, rumors don't say.
I know it's just a rumor, but yeah, my mind wasn't even going in that direction. So that's interesting.
But if you start letting all the pieces fall into place, you can see it happening because of the way the game has been going, right? The franchise, the way that their franchise has been going.
Right.
So I could see them doing that, and that could be something that Microsoft could be working on in partnership. Could be an exclusive. Could be into Gamepass. Could be all that stuff, right?
Okay.
And so I'm looking for that type of announcement. I like to see the retro stuff be showcased on the Xbox side.
Yes, that would be nice. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty confident that Microsoft's been working with them with a lot of their stuff. This is why the relationship's been so great. So why not take that next step? This is why I say what I say. Why not take that next step and be that company, right? That does that, to the benefit of both of you, or both of companies.
I think it would benefit Sega, but
Because I disagree with everybody, guys. I don't think Microsoft is hurting for money at all. Microsoft is dealing with an economy realistically, as they should be. Right. This is why they're not failing like Disney, whose stock has dropped to I think below $70.
I heard, yeah, that's gosh.
Yeah, wherever Disney is, they ride in that train all the way to the end of the race.
I don't understand it. I feel sorry for the people who own stocks there. It's geez.
And Microsoft is not that type of company. So please keep that in mind. When all these people start turning these aspirations, I see Dustin. His thing. I don't know why his stuff keeps on popping up on my YouTube thing.
I don't either. How do you stop that? Because I wish I could just block them people.
I know, because I'm not a proponent of being blocked, but I also don't want to hear what you say. But if I'm watching Tuck Master, right? If I'm watching Tuck's video, there's no way that should go automatic. I don't know. The algorithm should not be taking me to Dustin.
It shouldn't, or IGN, or something like that. Yeah, I personally, if I'm not gonna look at you cluttering up my thing. It's just you don't like spamming your mail, right? That's what it's like for me if I'm not interested.
Like these guys for years, him, Paul, Tass, all these losers, for years are saying that Microsoft needs to be like Sony, Microsoft, or
yes,
Xbox.
That's what they're saying.
Xbox needs to have more variety.
They need to make their Astrobot, even though they got all these top platform IP.
Yeah, but what we figured out years ago was that it doesn't matter what Xbox does or Microsoft does with Xbox. It doesn't matter. They don't care, right? Because then now these guys are coming up with videos like, oh, what is Xbox doing? What is
I
Microsoft doing with
know,
Xbox?
I know.
Why are they going third party? I was like, dude, you guys wanted them to go to third party for how long now? Right? Yeah, I know you guys toned it down, right? Because at some point in time, you realize, especially with Game Pass and stuff that Microsoft was doing, all the seeds that they planted was growing, and then the fruit was ready to be picked, right? And then so you guys had nothing better to do than just keep your trap shut. You didn't do anything to help Microsoft. Microsoft forced you guys to take them seriously, right? This is why you still have friction with the gaming media and Microsoft, right? Because these guys will never acknowledge their mistakes. They were wrong. All of these people are wrong. This is why I tell you guys, don't listen to these guys. Listen to yourself. And when you play your system, when you play your game,
Right.
you know, when I'm sitting there on a Friday afternoon planning how I'm going to play Age of Mythologies, Black Ops 6, and get that hammer and Dark Tide,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden Microsoft, Xbox goes like, oh, by the way, here's Expeditions. I'm like, I hate you. I literally said that. So I'm like, I hate you.
You said I hate you. Yeah, they just sucking our soul through Apex.
I'm like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Like, why would you do this to me?
Oh,
And of course, after I caught, 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh, cool, I get to play it. And then I came home, downloaded it, and I played it that night.
Yeah.
And stayed up too late. And then I wake up the next morning and I have to drink a caffeine-induced protein drink.
Oh, shoot.
But yeah, we can wrap it up there. But thank you for letting me wrap there for a second.
Thank you for having me, and thank you guys for being here, and I look forward to the next one.
Yeah, I want to do that PC because I do have questions and legitimate questions. Like I really want to know because I'm actually I think the next console is going to be a hybrid.
Oh, okay.
And I'm hoping it is because like you, there are games that I like to play on PC. I'm not a PC person, but like when I
but
play
some games are better suited for PC. I think, yeah.
Like Age of Empires. Like I'll give credit to Microsoft.
Yes, Age of Empires is better suited for PC in my opinion.
Well, the console was awesome. Mm-hmm. So Age of Empires 2 that they came out with, I used the controller. I was amazed how they were able to fit that. It reminded me of how playing Halo for the first time on a.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Historically, those games were better on PC. So maybe I'm wrong about the controller aspect. Okay.
But I actually might I think the hybrid will be on the point where it'll be more on track with being a PC so that you can get the power and the versatility.
Right.
My personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I think the next console is going to be, and this is why I don't trip guys on a lot of people like, well, they prefer PC guys over console guys now. It's like, look, dude, I have Game Pass. They prefer all of us.
That's true. It doesn't matter what side. I don't understand it. Xbox guys don't fight PC and PC guys don't fight Xbox. You're all in the same boat here. It doesn't. Yeah,
and I can say that because I'm not a PC guy, so I'm not hurt by that.
Right.
The PC guys are getting what they get, and I'm as a console guy, I'm getting what I get.
Exactly. It's this. It doesn't matter to me. I play with everybody, so I don't care.
The only time I have problems with PC guys is because you're not PC, you're PlayStation, but you have a PC. That's the only time.
Oh, okay.
Because to me, it's like your preferred console is PlayStation, so you're a PlayStation guy.
Yeah, because you're a console person at that point.
You're a console person, you're not a PC person.
Yeah, right.
Right, because I work with techs guys. They're PC guys first and foremost. Right, they play all their games on PC. They'll tell me, "Oh, do you have Steam?" I'm like, "Oh no, I play on Xbox." And do they go, "Oh, okay." "Oh, you suck." No, they go, "Oh, that's cool," and then they carry on.
Yeah. Right? And if a game is cross-platform, then if you guys are interested, you can all play together. Most games are, so it's not really an issue these days. But yeah, it's just in my case, I am on PC more than the Xbox. Mm-hmm. I can't game on my TV all the time, so even if I wanted to, so I'm on the PC anyway more. But there's times when I just want to sit down and be on my TV and play the game. That's what I do. And then there's certain games that's better suited for that. That's what I do,
Yeah, I love it's kind of like a brotherhood almost because we do go back and forth. So I play a lot of Dark Tide, like I said.
Yeah.
So you can tell when somebody's PC and somebody's console just by the play. But if you didn't know that, also in the comment section, right? PC guys can write soliloquies where Xbox guys are just like, yes, no.
Okay, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have those I don't have a keypad, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing I love about the little back and forth between the guys on Xbox and on PC is the kind of like how you rib each other, right? Because with Xbox, when you put good game, it's usually capital G, little g, right?
Oh yeah.
Because the cap, you have to actually turn the cap off to get the GG. And so there's this little running joke where it's like they know you're console because it's like, oh, that's a console guy.
Oh,
'Cause
okay. I didn't
trilogy,
even think about that, but yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
and for me, for my part, I kind of wear that as a badge of honor to the point where like I was decapitalizing it. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, let me decapitalize that GG. And then I was like, no, but that's kind of cool, right? Like, so then I went back to big G, little G. And it's no bad thing, right? It's just kind of like that. It's those little things in gaming that I love.
Yeah, I didn't even
You
think
know what I'm
about
saying?
me. Right. Yeah.
And then again, respect to PC because Xbox, we got a lot of games to play, dude. But I'll be honest with you, for a lot of these games that I play, these shooters, if it wasn't for PC, man, I wouldn't be able to play.
That's true because there's certain games that PC kept alive,
Yeah, they
and
keep alive, and there's
yeah,
just a bigger pool.
yes, that's true. Yeah. So
Like, look,
and the same is true for console. It's just
yeah,
different, and I don't understand. I just thought gamers are gamers at the end of the day.
no,
At
no,
this
not
point in
anymore.
time, it's sad, I don't
Yeah,
get it because I like benefiting from both, and so
yeah.
I'm like, I love, yes, the Xbox make games and stuff, but in my opinion, the FPS area that's strong on PC is strong on
Hmm.
PC, and like the games like Age of Empire and stuff, like very strong on PC. It's certain games that they wouldn't be alive if they weren't on PC because of all the business that they get over there.
Yeah.
They keep them going. That's why you wonder why you got a farming simulator like 26 or something like that, because
Mhm.
them games sell. They
Yeah.
sell. They may not
Graveyard, yeah,
sell as much
Graveyard
on.
Keeper.
Yeah, I know that those games seem silly to people, but people like these type of games on the PC. They do, and so it's a game for everybody. That's the way I look at it.
Well, that's why I don't get upset when like a PC person will say, "Well, just buy a PC," right? Because in honesty, if you really want everything, yeah, you could just buy the PC.
Yeah,
Because
PC
eventually everything will
has a
go on
lot
it.
of games over there. Too
Um,
many games though, because you get lost with them, and it's a
yeah,
lot of games over there.
yeah, and I think that's what gives like that's why they're always gonna have all, right? Because some people like to play certain ways, and as long as the money's there, they'll still make it.
They
And
still make it.
you can have a smaller you can have a smaller base. Again, I hate using that term because I don't think PlayStation sold as many consoles, guys. I think,
I don't either. I'm actually with you on that one, but I
but look,
think
like
I got my
Gucci,
opinions.
yeah, Gucci, Coach, um, Levi's. There's just brands of people that people are
That's it. Yeah,
that
yeah,
participate and buy
yeah.
stuff that you don't have to worry about, and that's where I think Xbox is. And Xbox is gonna grow; they're gonna expand,
Yep.
and if they gotta incorporate stuff in there, that's fine. My main point of all this before we step out is that I'm benefiting from it.
Exactly. We both are, and
Yeah, so
that's the
that's
beauty.
so I'm glad you came on board there because I can actually run things by you that because of your background.
Right.
Your
And
piece.
you too. I mean, I told you, I just revealed a lot of things you taught me. So I'm on board with you with the EA thing, and we'll have to see if that ever comes to fruition.
Yeah,
But
I
I
hope so.
hope so. Yeah.
I know that I know as far as it's amazing that Sony, if they did what they did, don't get any blowback legally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the and again like that's the only thing that guys with me it's always got to be something principle or like hypocritical like righteousness if I'm being honest, right? I
Mhm.
mean those three things that's what sells me off. I don't care that they did it. I would care if it's shady.
Right. That's
'Cause I
it.
don't think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fair, right? I'm like, okay, if you can do that, then let Microsoft, like Satya did, let us compete,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And it's not that they would buy everybody. Well, let me not say that. You know what I'm saying? If you can do it, they should be able to too. I don't care who's bigger, who's whatever. I mean, that's
I
not fair.
agree. Well, at this point, seeing that Microsoft is putting their games everywhere, they can buy anybody they want.
Yeah, I think they can.
Because what are you going to say against it? So what, they own it. They're placing the games everywhere. So what difference does it make?
Yeah. And so I agree with you too, Dea. I don't think they're gonna put Halo or Gears because it wouldn't make sense. It's just the same with a God of War. He's like, what did you bring God of War here? Why? It doesn't make sense on Xbox.
No, PlayStation should never put God of War on
Yeah.
Xbox, and Xbox should never put Halo on the PlayStation. They got to have something for their own ecosystems.
And you know
So
how you can call BS on people, Dea?
mhm.
Is if you all you have to do is this. Well, okay, well, want Mario on PlayStation and Xbox. And be like, oh no, that's too far.
No,
Right? I've seen people do
no,
that, right? Because it's ingrained in them, and I agree. It's ingrained in them that Mario is Nintendo.
it's associated with Nintendo, God
Yes.
of
Keep it
War,
on
or
Nintendo.
maybe Astro Bot. I don't think it's there yet, but I say God of War more so than that. Is associated with PlayStation, and of course Halo is associated with Xbox. You would damage the brand of those games if you put them on something else. I say don't do it. It's not
Yeah.
worth it. You make enough games to where you can, well, at least with Xbox and Nintendo, they make enough games between them that they don't have to do that. As far as PlayStation, if they continue to, they need to start buying studios to make more games. They need more studios.
Yes.
So hopefully that's something they end up doing, because they can't, with the studios they have, is just not enough.
And I'll exit with this, and it's coming to PC anyway, so just buy a PC. So now I'm gonna all the Xbox. You elitist. I'm like, look, dude, play where you want to play.
Play where you want to play. Yeah.
Where you want to play. Phil's telling you that. So I'm, but you know me. I bleed green. I'll be on Xbox till I die. 60 years old in front of my couch.
Old 9-year-old man still playing.
Look, this is the lag. It's the lag. I haven't gotten one kill. It's a lag. Yeah, I'll be that way till I die. But so yes, thank you, Dea, and Xbox Online channel. We out.
Bye.